can ever find in a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
All right, what's going on? Oh yeah, there's some fake applause. It's episode 6, week 6 of the Weekly Rogues Gallery. I'm your host, Iron Oxide. I'm real excited about tonight. We were supposed to do something special and just have fun watching classic internet lore. Well, too much is going on. We're not going to be doing that. So we're going to get right into everything. And then if we have time and if everybody's up to it afterwards, we can go ahead and pull up some of your old favorite videos. We'll even take suggestions from the chat. As long as I can get away with playing it, we'll go ahead and do it. But let's start doing some quick introductions. Right next to me, JackTarLad. How are you doing this afternoon? Or
I'm doing great, dude. I was on Anna's Gameland last night with our Tombstone watch through, second part of our Tombstone watch through. So that was pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, right on.
So go and watch that if you're interested. Should be doing The Crow next time.
Oh, really? Is that her first time seeing it?
I don't think so. No. I think she's just streaming watch parties on Rubmle because you can get away with it there.
Oh hell yeah!
I'll have to check that one out. And speaking of The Crow, I'm sure everybody's seen what we're getting. The Jared Leto looking
shit. I don't know what that was. That wasn't The Crow.
No, and they're
playing Jared Leto's Joker.
That's exactly
why are they making all of these guys into fucking juggalos? Swear to God, we have another genre.
Because juggalos are at least kind of scary. He looks like a mumblecore rapper.
Well, I have to interject. Juggalos are not scary.
Okay, they look scary at least. They're at least somewhat.
They look like they're on meth.
Yeah, they're either so skinny they're on meth and just could blow away in the wind, or they're a little bit morbidly obese.
I mean, my only exposure to meth heads is from Letterkenny. So
I live in Arizona, so
is that a big
right next door to Breaking Bad land?
Oh, hey, Diesel, bring up your mic a little bit, man. You're kind of far away.
Oh, you can't hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
There you are.
Hey, hi.
I have to like stand on this thing.
I mean, or you can just
deep throat the mic
like that,
like Dermy does.
Yeah, exactly. And then projectile vomit everywhere because you ate a hot chip.
I take some credit for that. I threw some cash at him. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was so worth it. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Oh, speaking of Dermy and Devil do have that 12-hour stream coming up, so to fund their trip to Vegas. So everybody should go check that out and help out if they're able to. I know I'm going to.
Yep.
The best.
I'm not able to.
Fuck that! I can't go to Vegas. I'm not paying for anybody else, man.
Oh yeah, you got
charity begins at home, and that's where it ends in our house.
You know, I'm probably not going to give them any money either. To be honest, but we can like and share it and talk about it and watch it.
Fuck you, you tubby queer fucker! I ain't giving you no money.
I gave him some money to watch him degrade himself and put himself in pain, and a little bit to help him get to Vegas. A lot of it was for my own entertainment. I was entertained. It was worth my time.
I mean,
worth one Red Boy.
Well, real quick, if anybody's attempting to watch on Rumble, I did everything exactly the same way I always do, but
I did everything right.
I did everything the same. I didn't say right. I said the same.
Did you put the stream key in? New stream key. Okay,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck fine, huh?
So I guess I will upload the stream to Rumble after the fact. We're just not going to be live on that tonight. So
it says you're live, but it's not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's a Rumble problem, which that could be. Hopefully it is. And I won't feel like a retard. So I know Hellhound usually likes to watch in there. I see him in the chat. So sorry. You got to be part of the YouTube crowd tonight. Well, moving right along. Speaking of
you're
YouTube
welcome, Hellhound. Borderlands is awesome.
Huh?
Said you're welcome, Hellhound. Borderlands is awesome. Not getting on that anymore. Sorry.
Oh, right on.
Borderlands is always for losers. Just saying. Always for.
What were you saying? Sorry to interrupt you.
Should we talk about League of Legends for a minute?
I love black people. Honestly, like, hey, I love them.
I love Arcane.
We all love black people, and that's why we're going to talk to Professor Savage Dad next. How's it going, man?
Oh,
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope everyone's had a really good week. My week's been all right. Welcome to March, everyone. Is that me? What is that static?
That might be me. I was trying to fool with it. I don't know what these buttons and shit. All these buttons and dials.
Iron can take it off. Just do the 3 dots, hit the reduce mic background noise. It should take it away. It's in StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 6 people watching on
there we go.
On Rumble.
Hold on. I'm gonna back in on another browser.
So it's up on Rumble then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or are they waiting? Is it just like 6 people waiting on Rumble?
It says 6 watching and it says live, but then it's just the screen where it's showing.
Oh, that might be why Rumble went through some like big update to watch it on your phone.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe it's live on there.
So yeah, just because it might be a little bit delayed doesn't mean it's not going. It's so just tell them, hey, yeah, Biden's better than Trump, and I love Kamala Harris. Yeah, Barack Obama. Yeah,
Big Mike.
Throw some politics their way.
Well, while I'm going to put a quick note in the chat so that anybody waiting over there doesn't hate me for it, so they can jump onto YouTube.
They won't hate you, dude.
I hate me.
Yeah, I hate you too, but they won't.
Nemesystemic, how's it going, man?
Dude, I am so fucking tired.
I was gonna say you look a little.
I've gone the past 32 hours of just playing nothing but Final Fantasy VII.
Oh God.
Good. I am pretty toast right now. But
Well,
I
I
still
mean,
have
if that's the
more to
reason
do.
you're tired, that's not a bad reason to be.
I have so much more to go. I just reached North Corel. I got the gold saucer coming up.
Yeah,
I can do it. I can make it. Sleep is for the
Like,
weak.
You're just playing the one that's already out, right? Not the.
Oh, I'm playing Rebirth.
Oh, Rebirth is out. Okay.
Yeah.
The one everybody's a little cautious to purchase. And we're going to be talking about a little bit of that.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to get into it. That's on the list.
Understandably.
I got fighting words. But outside of that, no, I'm doing good. I'm still a failure savant and going strong right into the work season. So.
Oh right. Oh yeah, you're gonna be taking off for a while.
However, I don't know when that's going to be because the Midwest just got hit with a big snowstorm. So
that's right.
And now it's basically the ninth circle of hell frozen over. So who knows when I'll be heading out? Hopefully not the end of April because I've done that before and that sucked ass.
Damn. That's a little weird that happened because I'm hearing all over from people on Twitter that winter's over.
That's what I was told.
Winter is coming.
They said that the ice on the lake was thin. The truck already fell through it, and it was like, all right, great, we're gonna have a nice early start. And then
I heard from XX Pussy Destroyer XX3 Marxist Biden 5000 that winter actually ends, in February. Actually, even though the calendar it states it ends in the middle of March. I don't know. Who should I trust? The calendar?
No.
Or XX Pussy Destroyer? Who to choose? Actually,
I trust my own fucking, power of Zen.
I don't.
What you do is you go outside and you go,
whichever one has
it's a bit nippy. I think I'll put on a fucking coat. Do you know what I mean? I don't think winter's quite over yet. Spring isn't quite here. The daffodils ain't up. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got to change down my coat yet.
Iron. Can you see Chaz's comments? Because on here, obviously can't highlight play stream from my side, but
Oh, there we go. Yeah, speaking of the chat, we'll take a quick break from Incha. Say hi to everybody else. Hey, Chaz, what's going on, man? We got
Mox. That's waifu crying. Don't let her twitch her name. That's waifu crying.
Hi, Jazz.
What is a Moxie
Surly
name?
Durly.
What is that? Oh yeah, I like
That's
that
a
name
new
too.
name.
She should call herself like ginger, like celebrity or something. I don't know.
Culture yourself.
Let's not dead name people on my stream, folks. It's green-haired anti-liberal. Should be joining us in a little bit. We got our other co-host, Vagabond. How's it going, man? And of course, Hellhound, who's going to be joining us on a game stream once we get that set up.
You put that in the private chat.
I'm in the private
chat.
No, Professor, you put that in the private chat.
Damn it! Again, I'm
Oh,
booming.
it's apparently saying hi to the
Fatherhood does. Jack knows. This is what fatherhood does.
Speak for yourself, mate. I ain't having any problems at all.
Well,
where did I park my car?
Do I even have a car?
Hang on, I don't drive. Where did I park someone else's car?
Is that all right? Can you hear better? Like,
yeah.
Is your background?
Yeah, you
noise?
sound good now.
Yeah, you're good now.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
Cool, because like
I hear you now.
Between the heater and my graphics card, I think dying, it's like I feel like I'm in a damn wind tunnel, man. The graphics card is so loud now. The fan,
yeah,
that it's like dude, it drowns out like everything. And I have to turn the volume
Maybe it's
all
just
the way.
covered in dust. You just need to dust it out.
Dude, no, it's just the thing's fucked up. Like it would make a loud noise before. I've blown it out before. And
Your
then
bearings
it quieted. What?
Your bearings are going out.
Yeah, the bearings on the fans.
Or are the blades?
Which means it's going to be.
See, it would quiet down before it would get loud, and then it would act like it sound like it was slowing down or something and quiet down. I don't.
Yeah, it speeds up and slows down as it needs to.
We gotta do an
Indiegogo
Indiegogo campaign for a new computer for Diesel, and we'll get it delivered.
Yeah, fuck Las Vegas.
Yeah,
fuck going to the FNC meetup. He needs a new
PC better than all of ours.
I swear, if we legit did a Kickstarter to get you a new computer, it would definitely they only go for like $800.
I don't need a computer. I need a graphics card. My computer is like,
yeah, but would you say no to a whole computer?
It's it's a fucking smoking fast processor. It's like a 6 core or something like that.
Okay.
It's actually
the graphics card is used. My brother gave it to me, and I just don't have money to shell out graphics cards.
I'm working on an IBM ThinkPad from 1996.
That's just because that was the first new computer you ever bought. When you woke up after the last time lap, you bought that computer.
After they thawed me out.
Asleep. Yeah, exactly. You'd been asleep since 1982.
I still have components and hard drives from every computer I've ever owned since like 1998. Like I have hard drives, I just can't get rid of. Like, oh, there might be something important on there.
Yeah,
important. I can't get rid of these hard drives because if anyone finds them,
I need to keep these. I need to keep these 20 dusty IDE
cables. That being said, not confirming that, but I might also have family photos.
You know what's on the internet now?
You may or may not have information leading to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
I would have already off myself by now if that were the case.
Hillary Clinton is a great woman. She's a great stand-up woman, great morally principled. You know, she lives by the American ways.
Except for the carpool karaoke shit. That was cringe.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Red Strider, you were just talking. What's going up, man?
I was? Oh, yeah. What's up? Getting retweeted by all the Rippaverse people, which is kind of fun.
Exactly. You were in the new commercial, the promo.
Yeah.
Like in the first 15 seconds, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is that this
those two sisters who kissed each other, they retweeted you, didn't they?
Yeah. This guy criticized.
Look at how red his face is. Look at how red his face is.
My face is always red.
He's really Red Strider now.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard from detractors that if you criticize the book, Eric will block you. But I mean, Strider criticized the book, and he's still here. Just saying,
I know.
He didn't get blocked.
I've been featured in two. Well, what's up? I've been featured in 2 separate videos of Eric July's, but no, he blocks and criticizes and shits on everybody who. Well,
no criticism.
I'm not used to this.
He liked and retweeted me when they were doing the memes about like Eric July did this. I was like, I stubbed my damn toe this morning. Curse you, Eric July. And he was like,
I remember that.
Someone did the Professor Utonium meme of Eric July. Because, you know, there was that old Twitter meme of like if a girl would post and the meme is like, oh my God, a woman just breathed. So someone put Eric's face on Professor Utonium. Like Eric's detractors. Oh my God, Eric is speaking. Oh my God.
I saw this one meme the other day.
Can I show you guys one? This is peak retardation.
I saw this one.
Can I show you?
I saw this one meme the other day where it was like a puppet of Eric July, and it was talking about the new Ripper, the new Ripper Send thing that he's got going. Well, like he called it Ripper's End, right? And so it's an AI voice generation of Ripper, and then it's like this guy with a puppet. And it talks for him, you know. Yeah, I found it quite amusing, regardless of what you think of Eric July. I still found it amusing. I still fucking laughed at parts of it.
I'm not gonna lie. At least that is more effort. I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Can I share my screen?
The Rippers.
So here, like if you read any of this guy's stuff, your fucking brain cells will fry. I'm not reading the whole thing. Me and Professor already did that on Wednesday, and I about slit my fucking throat. Just
oh God,
share this. Disregard any of that because that's AIDS. Public perception is the book is late. Tiso, you are fucking retarded. Winter is over and March 19th. Public perception means nothing. If the public thinks you're gay, but you walk out with a girl holding her hand, kissing her, what does that mean? Probably means you're fucking straight.
Also, can I just
heard nobody comment on this.
Hold on. I just want everyone to know. Knowing the seasons is completely fucking antithetical to the independent comics movement.
Okay, right. Can I just say something, right? It doesn't matter what the public perception is because it's, each to their own. Do you know what I mean? My perception of that situation is completely different to theirs. Theirs is biased towards the narrative that they want to push, and mine is biased towards the narrative that I want to believe. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm not pushing a narrative, I'm just like watching it.
Yeah, but there's also like facts too, you know. So like it doesn't.
You know what,
so for me, everyone can have their own perception.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like everyone can have their own perception. I have no problem with that. But if my perception is wrong, then I'll just admit that I'm wrong. You know?
Yeah, but if it's based in factual evidence.
Look.
Well, the calendar says.
Look, there's only one thing to point out here. Eric July is what? Coming out near the middle of March now? Okay, great. Then you have fucking George R. Martin. How many thousands of days is Winds of Winter?
It's in the 5,000.
He's never going to finish that.
No. We might get Winds of Winter. We will not get Dream of Spring. That's not happening.
We've also got...
I don't think we're getting either one. I think he's...
I think he's gonna fucking die before something comes out because
perception is the book
how
is late.
overweight he is? He's gonna have a heart attack.
So I do hope it succeeds, but the book is definitely late. The book is
not.
not definitely late. That doesn't even make sense. What is this?
Who cares about it being fucking late? In all honesty, as long as it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
No. Nemesystemic. No. On-time book. Completely antithetical to printing comic book. Cannot have book out in first 3 years. Terrible quality.
If you doesn't know, this guy past Wednesday, he said that it was anti-ethical to use business practices such as, like, I don't know, if you need to go get your car oil changed, even though you probably couldn't do it yourself. Such fucking retard shit. Wait, I don't know how people like that have followers.
Did he actually say anti-ethical?
It's like anti-ethical or some bullshit.
Or antithetical.
Antithetical.
It's like anti-ethical. That's not even a fucking thing.
But this is a guy who doesn't know when winter ends officially on the calendar. But I'm more hung up on the second point where he's like, he's already run damage control for when it goes under $1 million. Like, what the hell?
And the video
$900,000. It is a big success.
In the video, he says not every campaign can hit $1 million. He said this from like the very beginning. Not every campaign can hit $1 million. People, whoa, your books aren't going to hit $1 million. No shit, Sherlock. I just said that myself. Like, what the? People are fucking
How much did it cost to make? Probably like $10,000. I don't know. If it's anything over that, if it's anything like 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, we're talking 100, 200, 300. If it still makes more than it costs, if it still brings in more than it costs to make, you're making a profit still.
On the website, they have the stretch goals. It's like Alpha Core. Just looking at Alpha Core on the actual numbers, it says stretch goal. So the actual goal to make all their money back was like 300K. So anything after that is extra. Okay. So when these people are like, this book lost a lot of money. If they already passed the goal you already said, how did it lose? I'm done. I'm going to slit my throat.
Well, here's the thing. One, Eric has said at the start of every campaign that he does not expect to make $1 million on every campaign. That's unrealistic. He's been saying that since ISOM 2. Hasn't happened yet, but he's been saying that. 2, he doesn't need to make that, like you just said, MSK, to hit his goal. He already has a set goal, and it's not that. And 3, do we really think if all of the same customer base is returning customers at this point, which most of them are, do we really think it's not going to make that, or at least very close?
So, and do we think that they care when it's released, as long as Ripper keeps letting them know when it's going to be released? I mean, all right, look, you can look at it from this. Look at it from their point of view, right? You're coping and seething because there's like so many fucking days left of winter, and with every day it still hasn't come out yet, and you're all sitting there going, yeah, but look, winter hasn't ended yet because that's not what it says on the calendar. And let's say that it goes over the end of winter, and then they're going to be going, you see, told you it wouldn't be out by winter. It's like, so fucking what?
Yeah. Dude, who the fuck does this? Dude, these people are like
a week or 2, possibly, but not really, according to the calendar year.
Hey, I know the owners said we don't have. Hey, I know the owners said we don't have to hit this money amount, but hey, stupid fan, you need to hit this money amount. Well, what kind of arguments are we even having anymore? A person says, I don't expect to hit this. You need to hit this or you're a failure. Are you living on planet Earth? Like, what the fuck?
It's almost like that they can be the ones to set the goals for him and not himself.
These people haven't lived on planet Earth since 2012.
Dude,
so.
haters are like they're like a new level. They're a new level of retarded, man. That sitting there like,
well, I mean, the majority of them are fans of Dick Masterson, so of course they're retarded.
Effort. I would.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
If I despise somebody, I'm just like, why in the hell would I ever waste this much effort? Come, this guy's just like, he's got an autistic, a bit
they're
of
obsessed
retard. And
with this guy.
I know. Yeah,
if you listen to Dick and Vito by choice and actually put merit and stock in what they say,
yeah, unironically,
you're a dipshit pedophilic leftist.
Hi, Thor.
That's what you are. That's what they are. They're dumbasses. This obsession by grown ass, even grown ass successful men with another man is bordering on homoerotic. Like they're fixated on him. They want to. They've gone beyond the. They've gone beyond.
Fucking, can I? Oh,
they do have an unhealthy obsession with his back hair.
That's weird. About every other troll channel, not troll channel, troll profiles. Like Air July's shoulder hair is back hair.
When I read this, try actually not to get AIDS. I promise you, you will get AIDS from reading this. He says,
"Okay, let's stop saying AIDS. We are on YouTube."
All right, so you know Eric made the whole Rip announcement, right? Okay, so this guy says this is con artistry at its finest. All right, so that's retarded as hell. But the next part was, this is the zinger right here. 99% of independent comic creators won't ever need a service like this. That is factually wrong because. Do you know why Critical Blast exists? It's because people don't want to do the stuff that you don't want to do. All right, so by that logic, then I could grow my own food, right? I could just get some grass, get some seeds, and fuck it, I guess, right? What the fuck? Why does this freaking retard think that all these guys are late on their products? Actually, come to find out, it's not the books that are generally late. Do you know what makes campaigns late? Shirts. All this other trading card bullshit because you have to make. So since we don't have connection to the Wong Ching Chong land, we have to make our stuff here in America. If you make stuff in America, it costs you a lot more money to do that here, which means you have to take more time to get it done, obviously. So this is just flat out a lie because if 99% of indie comic creators don't need to use a service like this, why would his exist and why would Critical Blast exist? You absolute fucking retard. It is also anti-ethical.
anti-ethical. All right, everybody can say AIDS now because we all have
emotional damage. This guy's picture, he looks exactly like what you'd expect.
Also, everybody knows
crowdfunding his book.
Everybody knows reading draws, right?
They're already being made. He's paying artists. He's paying writers. Whatever the books
crowdfunded. Are they? Yeah. Okay. Why am I even asking that? Of course they're retarded.
They don't seem to understand. They don't seem to understand that he actually used his own life fucking savings to create the initial book, and anything that he's made on top of that has been profit, which he can funnel straight back into the company.
They all say, "Oh no, he didn't use his own life savings. He got money from the Blaze and Glenn
money from Glenn.
He earned by working for the Blaze that he earned with his YouTube
Strider,
channel.
You know, black men don't work. Stop it. You've been through this before.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
So everyone knows who Reedy Draws is, right? I had one of her closest friends that she streams with on my show on Wednesday. He said the reason why she won't do the fulfillment on her own again is because it was too much for her. So she's going to have Critical Blast do it, and he's been doing it for her. Nick, Phoenix Press, we've had on the show. Who does he use for his stuff to get his book done? Critical Blast. There's the thing in business where if I can't do it myself, I'll have someone else do it. That's the reason why other services exist on the planet. Right? I can't do electrical work, so I'm going to call an electrician.
It's called delegating.
Try it, though. MSK, give it a try, but live stream it.
Live stream fixing my light bulb, you know.
No, live stream you putting in a new light socket.
Oh, no, I would die.
Maybe you're a smoke detector.
Putting a smoke detector in?
Changing the batteries in your smoke detector.
Oh God!
Yeah, you could be like the Black Jesus, but like you teach them how to do things that they really need to do.
Actually, did
like change change the battery in their smoke alarms.
I'm just saying, like, people are retarded, dude. If you generally think that, you are stupid. I don't care what your perception is. You need to actually just educate yourself on how life works. Like, by that logic, don't change your own oil in your own car ever. Let your car die out of oil, let it not run. Fuck it. Because you do it yourself,
you're
right?
out in the middle of fucking nowhere. You know, you're in the middle of butt fuck nowhere, and you can't call the fucking AAA out there. You know, they're going to be like 6 hours, and it's getting dark, and there's coyotes surrounding you and shit like that. It's like I could have just done this in 2 seconds if I had to just pop the hood, change the fucking oil. You know what I mean?
All right.
If only I'd have listened to my dad. If only my dad was around to teach me these things. Because God knows Mom didn't know how to fucking do them.
I'm sorry.
Did anybody grow up when they actually? This is totally off the subject, but did anybody grow up when they actually had auto shop in school?
I thought you were going to say when they had dads.
90s thing. Stop it.
My class actually was denied auto shop. Right before my class came in, they actually cut the program from the school, and my class was also the last class that actually had wood shop.
Wow.
Same thing happened with me. Right as I was entering into high school, they 86'd driver's ed and auto shop.
Why?
Like
we had driver's ed.
That was the entire school district of this town. Like right in, I think I was like 94, 95 when I started high school.
I heard it too.
I didn't even hit that button. That was for real.
MSK.
Who was it?
That you?
What? What's up? What?
No, he's on mute.
I never had. We didn't have that kind of stuff in the UK anyway. But I mean, like, you know, your dad sort of teaches you those things. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things that, you know, if you're lucky enough to grow up with parents and guardian, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. Most kids that were growing up about our age already knew how to do a lot of just basic maintenance, maybe change a tire.
Yeah, that's because all my shit broke down with me. I had to learn how to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
The way you're supposed to. Here's this piece of shit that
you see. It's a kind of like a product of your sort of environment. So if you're from a background of very modest means, like your parents are blue collar workers, and like you come from a very modest background, you tend to have only been buying the most modest means. So you would have bought a very small car, a cheap car, one that doesn't, you know, loads of miles on the fucking clock. Do you know what I mean? That, you know, it's cheap to insure and all that kind of stuff, and like it's constantly breaking down. It costs you more to fix the fucking thing than it would have to just buy a brand new car. But circumstances told you at that time that that's all that you could fucking afford. Do you know what I mean? And so you learn how to fix the car through that. If you're a rich family, you can just buy a car, yeah. And if it breaks, you just take it back to the dealership or whatever. You know, you get it all fucking sorted. They'll sort it all out for you. You don't have to touch a fucking thing. It's a product of your environment.
Oh yeah, I was always too broke to work on my own cars. Not to work on my own cars.
Yeah,
I had to change my own clutch. I've had to learn to replace my own suspension, braking systems, all of it. I rebuilt my entire motor in my '74 Volkswagen Beetle. I bought that thing for $50 off a guy who didn't have a title. That I worked in a back room at a Goodwill store. That took me like a year.
Like a Herbie car.
Yes, a death trap.
It was fucking lime green.
Wow.
And I'm married to the woman I met while I had it. That's how I know she's good.
You're pointing at her right now, are you? Or are you pointing at the camera? Did you marry the camera?
She's not yet. I don't have that many followers yet.
No one's donated enough money, right?
I had to work on
exactly.
Oh, real quick, guys! I figured out what happened. For some reason, none of the other links other than YouTube were going into the stream. I just fixed it, so everything should be up now. If anybody wants to watch on Twitter or Rumble,
Yay!
An official hello and welcome.
You might have put in the
there we are.
The stream URL and key in the same thing. That sometimes I doubled put them in the same thing.
No, they were there. They were ready to go. It just said they were just grayed out, and I just had to click them real quick. So
What
I don't know.
fuck?
Not to get completely off subject.
Yeah, I have the same problem. Sometimes I go to stick it in one place, but it ends up going in another,
Ends up
and
in the other.
it just
and then
fucks
you
things
hear,
up.
then you get a, what's that?
You talking
And you
about
got to
your butthole
start all
pizza?
over again.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get an ooh, and then I carry on.
Hey,
Hey, Darnell's coming in late. How's it going, man?
Good guys.
Yo,
Hey,
what's up, dude?
Darnell.
How you been doing, man?
Darnell. Yeah.
All right, good to hear it.
For Selena, is that the puppy? How's he doing?
Oh yeah, he's right here sleeping.
You wake him up, hit him on the head.
No, he actually.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to take
What's he
him back
doing?
in.
What did I walk into?
Yeah, he's
look at
Look at how
limping
spoiled he is.
today, and I don't know why.
Limb?
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
like the Georgia Bulldog, sort of.
We've been in a fight.
No,
Oh
no.
no, he's a big pussy. He can handle a fight.
He's just I don't know what he did, but yeah, he's got a.
At least that's what I tell him every day, and then I punch him in the arm.
No,
I
the
think,
other dog talked him into eating something. I know what it's like. Hey, let's go over here and eat this thing. The other dog, like the Yokiero Taco Bell dog, like talked.
Oh, the butters.
Yeah, talked him
They
into
said
talked him into
That's
eating
a
something. and
deep
he-
reference. Nobody
Hey,
knows
man,
about the
you want the
Taco Bell
border?
dog.
They sit there if their house
Here,
got
before we
broken
get,
into. Like Thor's gonna just sit there and not help. Like, goddamn Thor, you gotta help.
Vagabond, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Vagabond?
Hey.
Another famous
He's
colleague
hanging
of
out with
ours.
Drunk 3PO last night.
I was gonna
No.
say, dude, that was an awesome stream over on the 199 podcast.
Yeah.
Those guys are really entertaining. And,
Oh, yeah.
you got to hang out with Jay. You're muted.
Vagabond, if you're rapping, we can't hear you. No! Oh my god!
I don't
Not
know if
again!
that's real or an effect anymore. Damn it.
Vagabond's cracking up.
No! Fuck! God damn, that's the newest Jordan Peele movie, Beep. Oh my god!
He would be dumb enough to do that too. You know it.
Oh my god!
You're still muted, Vagabond.
Can't hear
That's it.
There
Oh,
you
no.
go.
There you
No,
go.
we didn't hear
Honestly, right?
hear a thing.
Oh,
Now we
do you
can
have a
hear
smoke
you.
detector?
well,
No.
you didn't hear me cuss on the microphone.
No.
Uh-oh.
Now, we were
No, I don't
laughing
even
at
have a smoke
somebody's
detector,
damn
so you'll
smoke
never hear a
detector.
beep here.
Now yeah.
Who had the smoke detector?
You're just
Man,
burning
I had a
death in your
customer
sleep.
that had that too.
Oh,
And
really?
I'll just die or whatever. Fuck it. No,
Oh my
but
Yeah.
we had Jay on, and then
That
I've
was
been
awesome.
trying to get. I want to try to get Kaylin to do Kaylin, Dermy Wormy, and MSK to stream together because they all got the same personality.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What?
So
Yeah,
We got to
they
get
can-
Mazda in there. We need
they can
Mazda
also-
too. We need that damn
Yeah, and
Mazda.
Mazda. They can blurt out all the virgin jokes and stuff they want, and then have a stream.
We're gonna put
They
this
don't
shit
need
together.
No topics.
That would be great. Just make it a Rumble exclusive, though.
Make it rumble.
Yes. Yeah. No. I'll host it on my channel. Whatever. I'll put it up. I don't
Yeah,
care.
and just-
I'll do it. I'll set this up for all
But
of
I'm
you.
I'm saying that so that they don't have to. We don't want any leashes on these guys whatsoever. Just like
Mm-mm.
turn them
Just
loose.
do like
No.
shirtless.
Yeah,
Just
it's
do like
just
Camelot
they
does.
say whatever
No
they want.
shirts.
And
Just do like
Yeah.
no shirts.
well, that's
just-
what I'm talking
just
about.
boxers.
They all
I
got
can't
the
see it on
same
camera.
personality. So like, Kaylin's talking about if asking every dude he has a circumcision or not.
Yeah, I know.
I heard
Okay, that's
that.
how you get shot. He's just trying to get shot. Okay.
It could be called
talking about his
Toddcast.
invisible wives. And stuff.
Podcast.
Yeah,
Toddcast.
but yeah, they all need to stream together.
Hey, Eric, I don't know if you know where I watch this. Eric, if you make a Yaira cover and just she's just in a bikini, that will sell 1 million copies itself. Just saying.
Are you still
Hey, yo,
harking on
I
about
would, love
this?
for, I would love for a comic book company to bring back the swimsuit editions. Remember when Marvel did that?
Yes.
Really?
Cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Did Wizard
Give
do
it
that
Eric.
for a
Go
while?
ahead and-
Make fictional
I haven't seen
characters
those
hot
in
again.
forever.
Didn't think I'd ever need to say that.
Yo, what's up, Static? What's up, Grant? How you doing, man?
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
I
missed the
Wizard,
Wizard.
man. That
That would amazing.
Oh,
Tifa's
and
still fucking hot.
Wait,
Wow,
is Shaka
that was-
Zula a pun name on fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Fuck.
No,
It's
there's
a
an actual
pun on Shaka
Zulu
Zula.
in South
Zula.
Africa.
Mr. Grant Gregory.
It's a big.
I apologize, guys. I'm
yeah.
new to this, so I'll neglect the stream if I'm told. Unless
Oh,
I'm
I'm
told.
trying to keep up on it. It's just like on my phone for some reason, it's like really slow.
Well,
we're
I need to figure out how to give people access so that they can highlight chats too. On here.
Oh, and hey, Static.
I watched that for the first
but-
time
yeah,
the other
You
day.
want to watch the Eric July trailer? I was gonna wait for Gal, but I'd like to get on to some other topics, so we can just go
Mr.
ahead.
Grant Gregory is red armor. Yeah, he knew what I was talking about.
Let me get my screen up. This will just take a second.
So, anti-liberal,
and,
you need Dermy to save you. I can save you, Gal.
My bad.
I can save you with my big giant muscles. Just let her know that, guys.
So glad you completed that sentence with muscles.
Hi, me too.
I know. I was ready.
I was holding my breath, like not again.
He said save, not fix.
Yeah. God. Yeah. Just why won't she let me save her? I can be the black man that saves her, and she'd be like, "Oh, I dated a black guy before," so she won't get disowned by her family.
For the first time in history.
Here, let's go ahead and listen to Eric July's trailer real quick.
You guys have been waiting for this one. Some would argue that this is our most highly anticipated book since ISOM #1.
Whenever Yaira goes on sale, buying that.
Very excited for Yaira. Yaira seems like a completely different character than the rest.
I was there for
will
that, actually.
definitely be picking up Yaira.
We're gonna love Yaira. People are like, "What happens in like Yaira 2?" I'm like, "You guys, I'm Yaira 100."
As I've said before, we don't expect to make $1 million every campaign. That's unrealistic, but it would be absolutely bonkers if this became our 4th $1 million campaign in a row. But this is about the character and the story. Since her introduction in ISOM #1, the fans want to know more about her. Why did she return to Flores Park? Why did she leave in the first place? Who is this beautiful yet extremely dangerous woman? It's about time that you all found out. Though we're on the latter half of the season, it's still very much a Yaira winter. Oh yeah, and you're also going to get the next big production from Rippaverse Studios.
Beautiful and dangerous. Probably sounds like an ex-girlfriend or two.
It's gonna be March.
Well, she'll.
Yep, the 11th. So next
don't get me
week.
on that again.
Yeah.
Wait, the
All
11th
right.
is on Monday, right?
Fuck, man.
These campaigns always
no,
launch on
10
Monday.
10
Every
day.
Yep.
yeah, it's
It's
Monday. Every
week
campaign
from
he's
this
ever
next
did is
Monday.
every campaign he's ever did is like always launched on Monday.
Hey, what's up, Gray?
Hey, Gray.
Hi, Gray.
Now,
That
I
great
think this looks pretty cool. What's everybody's thoughts on Yaira? But first, wait, did everybody catch the two co-host celebrities in the promo?
Someone.
What do you mean, Taylor Swift and her boyfriend who said they're going to leave the country if Trump is elected?
Exactly. Oh, I get.
Strider and green hair.
Yep, that's right.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
This guy over
Do
here.
you think that it's not going to hit 1 million? Because I just think with the returning customers, there's no reason it won't. They're going to have new Yaira merchandise.
And
Yaira as a character has been anticipated since day one. I mean, ever since the first ISOM #1 came out, everyone's like, "Whoa, Yaira! What? Like, who is this person?" They've been clamoring for Yaira since day one. So this is going to make a bunch of money.
And from a marketing
Sweet.
standpoint,
Yeah,
all these detractors are just adding fuel to the fire to encourage everyone who's stuck it to the mainstream comics industry by switching over to Rippaverse and supporting Eric July. It's just going to make it the 4th campaign to
I
go
don't think
over.
they realize that they are the best marketing that he could ask for. A bunch of fucking retards.
This is like the thing. If they didn't sound so fucking stupid and they didn't make such terrible arguments and they weren't so terrible at memeing and it wasn't so dumb, I wouldn't be so inclined to want to troll back by just buying 5 copies of the book.
Mhm.
Yep. Here's how
It's like-
stupid they
I mean,
are.
with
They-
people like Riley and his autistic girlfriend, what else?
Oh,
what
God,
could possibly
gross.
go wrong?
Oh my
He's
God.
the
You
kind
don't
of
even want me
people
to get
who
into that.
demanded his TIN number for the Rippaverse Corporation, whatever LLC, demanded the TIN so they could take a look into his finances. Like, are you kidding me? Are you that stupid? Like, I'm not even kidding. I think he even highlighted it. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I was gonna say something. Just tackle to your point how crazy people are. All right, so I was told that a few detractors, I don't know their names, I was told through the grapevine, to try to figure out how many extra copies of ISOM #1 he had, because people said he has like overstock or some bullshit like that. What this person told me was that they went on his website, try to add into their cart all the ISOM #1s on the website to see how many he had to calculate the number.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you can't be that fucking retarded, bruh.
It's like, okay,
What?
congratulations. Is it true?
Bruh. I mean, Yaira's gonna sell. It's a white girl with big titties and she got a fat ass. That insta sells. Let's be honest here. That just
Shakazula, to answer your question, that was Krista Nova. Cosplay.
Over on Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah.
Well,
actually for that anime series.
There was two of them. So it was one is Krista Nova and the other one's Green HairedAnti-Liberal.
Yeah.
Because they both cosplayed as Yaira.
Like,
I know he was the other one.
Because I know Strider did. I know Vagabond did. I know Professor did. Because Yaira in the books, there's not really much known about her. All she really did was just like drop a black man on a car, and she was in ISOM 2 for a little bit. So they've kept Yaira pretty close to the chest. So not much is really known about her except her features.
A lot of people figured out that she's another character in disguise too. Like people
she's an alien.
I missed that.
Yeah,
she's an alien means trans now. It's a trans allegory now. Eric was making trans women.
I have the cards.
Oscars did totally,
but like so the cool thing about ISOM #1 is it's written like a TV show that you see on like what's it called, CBS or whatever, not CBS but
CW.
Whatever. Where is CW? I'm sorry, I don't watch TV.
Oh, okay.
So but like it flashes to different points. Some people didn't like that. I liked it or whatever because it's kind of like you watch X-Men the animated series episode #1 where you kind of see like all these different characters and stuff at the same time and multiple things are happening at the same time. And what book 1 did is like it introduced you to different characters that you might have been interested in. So like me, it was Norfolka more than anything. But like
same.
other then Yaira was for a lot of people. I like Yaira too. I'm all in, so I'm getting everything. But like you're going to start gravitating towards certain characters or whatever, right? And it's the same thing when you buying comics. Like when I was buying comics like DC and Marvel, I was buying mostly Black Panther. Not that I didn't like the other superheroes, but the one I gravitated to the most, that was the one I was buying the most. So that's what this is going to branch off to eventually.
Yeah. Once he's got more of them out there, once they start having multiple books, have 2, 3, etc. Once there are more things coming out, more characters created, once it's fleshed out. The thing that everybody wants to fucking forget about this is all still new. It's still a new universe. What are we? Almost 2 years in.
Mm-hmm. If these things take time to write, it's more than 90-page book.
Right, here's the thing: we've had
it didn't take 3 years to write.
Books, 3 full 96-page books. Right about
96
plus. I still buy floppy
3 issues per book.
The big two, people know the big two mostly are charging you like what, $5, $7 for 20 to 28 pages, give or take which character you're going to be a part of. Unless it's an anthology book, but that only goes to like 64 pages, and like some characters get an 80-page giant size, but that's it. Like, hey, I'm saying I bought some of these floppies. That the paper quality of Eric's books is way better. Like, if you actually felt the quality of that shit, bro. Yeah. Just, oh Lord. I mean, I don't
know what any of you guys are talking about. Quite frankly, I think that this is all crap. I hate this thing. I hate Eric July. He's pure evil. Eric July raped my mum and killed my granny, and he's pure evil.
Yeah,
and he's guilty of having back hair too.
Yeah, he's the reason 24-hour Walmart
shoulder hair.
How dare
I'm not standing for any of this. You standing up for this such
out
a
of all you
bigot.
Said, the only thing
this Uncle Tom.
How do you know about back hair?
I wanted to make a video of everybody's little bitches about Eric July and then end it with that one clip from the 60s of that guy, Billy the Kid killed my granddaddy.
That's awesome. It'd be hilarious to get Seamus from Freedom Tunes to animate all of those ridiculous complaints.
Oh, dude, I put him.
He'd probably do it too because they Eric's done some voiceovers for him too.
Yeah,
yeah.
When those memes were going around, I took that headline of like Titanic sinks like 1,500 dead, and I was like, damn it, July, you know.
July was the iceberg.
It was like in gray, it was like in black and white and shit.
Yes. Well, Eric July may have been the iceberg, but we all know JackTarLad was the captain.
Well,
Captain
JackTarLad
goes down with the ship, baby.
Will be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, JackTarLad had a cameo in Side Scrollers today.
Side Scrollers.
Saw that, yeah. It was awesome. I was like, oh my god, I know the guy.
I don't know why. Possession. I think it was just because. I think it's because. Anyway, she is like friends with the developers of Possessions, and they used some of her. Yeah, some of her like stream as a clip in their trailer, and I was on that stream clip that they used in their trailer.
Cool.
So basically, Possession sponsored Side Scrollers today, and so I was as Craig was watching it, and then once he loaded the Steam page, I was like, "Oh, there's JackTarLad right there."
There's Jack. Yeah,
I can recognize his glasses everywhere. I mean, I know the other people too, but it's like. I was like, okay, let me send this out real quick. So
you never forget this fucking face, mate.
I saw it and I was like, it's Enrico Palazzo.
But yeah, I was like, okay, we're all getting cameos.
It could be.
What's next on the docket, Iron?
All right. So now this is a big one. This is what everybody's talking about right now is Sweetbaby Inc. and the Tifa controversy. So we can either.
Everyone's been talking about it because I haven't been talking about it. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, well, then you're in for a treat, Jack.
Okay.
Do you want me to explain or no?
Well, before that, do we want to first talk about Tifa or go right into Sweetbaby Inc? If that's the case, I'm going to let you take the floor.
Tifa's tits.
Nemesis looks like he's dying to say something.
So Nemesis, I know your perspective on this. I do disagree, but probably differently than you think.
I'll let you go first, Stratter, because I won't go straight to waterboarding. I promise.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I honestly don't. I understand the reasoning to kind of align Tifa's costume with more what it was in like the Crisis Core remake. I think was that the reason, as people were saying, right?
It's the overall model design from remake Intergrade to the Crisis Core re-release to now. It's all just what they're doing, and from a design standpoint, actually having gone through all the freaking shit of game design back 10 years ago and stuff when I was in the industry. It's all just a design process. They're trying. This is the thing that I'm actually respecting them for, and I don't actually think it's a matter of censorship, unlike in the past with them, especially when it came to Forsaken and stuff. Which, mind you, Forsaken, Tomb Raider, all those subsidies owned by Square Enix weren't actually done by Square Enix themselves. They were done by other companies, developers within the Square Enix umbrella. That's who, the people who did Forsaken were the people who Sweetbaby Inc. had involvement with that turned into a woke piece of shit. Yeah. However, the main Final Fantasy series, they've done a complete 180 ever since Bravely Default and Yoshi P redid Final Fantasy 14. With Tifa here, yes, her cleavage is covered up. But let's be honest, even just the addition of that black undershirt draws more attention than not having it. It actually makes her ensemble outfit stand out and coincide with her modern outfit as well, with the black undershirt and the white tank on top. Sure. It actually, for a design standpoint, keeps the character homogenous between the ages. Whereas I actually find the older version with the cleavage and everything to be bland and boring. And quite honestly, I prefer the addition to it. And it's small, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the fucking story. The story hasn't changed at all. Hey, if you really want to die on the hill on 15-year-old cleavage, because you know what? By all means.
I'm just trying to be funny. That's all. I'm not backing it up. I'm just trying to be funny.
My only concern is that one was the original design, the other wasn't. And once censoring starts happening, and I'm sorry, regardless of her age, there wasn't anything untasteful about that outfit. It's not wink material at all, even with the slight cleavage. It would just look like a woman's, a young woman's shirt that you could buy at Walmart.
I don't know. I think the Japanese players might have, been into that.
Honestly,
just saying. Just saying, based on their culture and based on all the other things that they're into.
I don't think it was.
I'm just saying that they might have been into that.
I don't think it was a censorship decision. I think this was actually more of a design decision based on the team. Because also in the game, if you know where Nibelheim is, it's in the boonies on a tall ass fucking mountain range. It is fucking cold up there, and for her to go up in midriff regardless is kind of insane.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you.
Did you notice that the newer character was taller as well?
Yes,
really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think that's what bothered me more than anything. I'm going to pull this up and tell me if I'm wrong. And Nemesis, since you played the game, maybe you can let me know.
Trust me, Tifa cleavage is there.
I'm not talking about cleavage. This has nothing to do with the cleavage at all.
Taller. Wow.
I'm talking about her facial shape. Is it just me, or is it a little different here?
It's
less realistic new. It looks more realistic old.
Here's the difference. The lighting. That's what's going on there. The shading on the engine is changing the shape or changing the shape of her face on how it looks, but I guarantee you the model is the exact same. If they're just using a different lighting filter between the two.
I've scaled it up just
slightly. After what we saw happen to Mary Jane's face, looking like Eric Stoltz from Mask.
Or that one.
What is this? A pelvis? Does your face have a pelvis?
I haven't played Final Fantasy since the Super Nintendo, so I mean I own the other Final Fantasy games. So, but my rendition is still 2D top down. So far, when it comes to
those are the good ones.
Fun Easter egg in Rebirth. You get back to pixels, like the polygon builds.
Is that their holographic versions or something like that?
When they're in Fort Condor, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. Now I kind of wish that they had stuck with that aesthetic throughout the whole game. That would just been hilarious. I would play with toys. That would have been funny if they do a patch with all that.
That would be an awesome fucking mod for someone to do.
Yeah.
When the PC version comes out and modders, that'd be awesome.
Oh, we're going to talk about mods too here in a minute when it comes to this particular.
All right. Now when it comes to the mods though, I think Nexus mods is a piece of fucking cuckold shit.
100%.
If people want to mod the shit to have an older file that was already installed in the game there because they prefer Tifa with 15-year-old
already saw,
and her tits aren't fully developed yet, fine, let them do it. It's their fucking game. However, Nexus mods, you are not the fucking arbiters of truth. Go fuck yourselves, and people quit fucking using Nexus mods and let them fucking die.
Yes, I agree 100%. And also, Nexus mods is a complete fucking group of hypocrites, because at the same time you can still download all kinds of gratuitous sexual in nature mods. I mean, full pickle Leon on Resident Evil 4, you got just tits and nude skin mods for everything. Every game
completely hear what you're saying, Iron.
Fully killable children.
They should completely just wipe it off the face of the planet. Stop watching porn, lads. Fucking messing with your mind.
Okay. Well, with Nexus mods, though, you can still kill children in Skyrim and all the Fallout games. That mod is completely available, but they draw the line on this, for just something that's barely noticeable. I honestly don't care about the censorship. It's the fact that censorship is happening that bothers me. And how far does that go after this? Well, it's just this for this reason. And then everything that we get imported from Japan between localizers and censorship is going to be a completely different product than what's advertised.
Stephanie in the comments has been doing a lot of great work in cataloging what these people are saying about localizers, and they've been talking about manga and anime and stuff with Crunchyroll and stuff I've never even heard of, but I actually care about this. Not because I care about the property itself, but because I care about censorship. Fuck that shit.
Yep.
Especially when it comes to localizations. Like, no, that's not localization. Sometimes it is needed.
Bastardization.
It's turned into complete propaganda because they're not inserting anything that normal people would identify with or normal people would understand over like the Japanese cultural references. No, they're doing something completely different, inserting leftist messaging, identity politics, and any like sex and gender identity politics everywhere.
Cool. In one game, they took a male character and hired a female voice actress to give the appearance that the character was trans.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pretty insane. And that's kind of my point, like with the censorship with Tifa, and I think I kind of agree with Shaka. If they can do that with her, for good reason, all it takes is some idiot with a grudge or some bad faith to take advantage of it and turn something that we own into something that we would not have bought.
All right,
and again, for something that there wasn't really. I mean, you want to use the age as a defense for the censorship. That's fine. But at the same time, there's nothing. Again, I didn't see anything. It's not anything gratuitous. It's just a V-neck T-shirt.
No. And I agree. I think
where I'm at is that I don't see if it is censorship. They did it in such a tasteful way and along a tasteful reason, because it would have started in the Crisis Core remaster. Then coming into Rebirth, they were keeping that same model for her, and all they're doing is just making the look cohesive in the relaunch series.
Okay.
Well, quick question: what was the rating of the game?
T for teen.
Okay,
I think.
And
hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah,
because it could have been something like, okay, maybe to keep the T rating, they had to like cover it up a little bit or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not at that studio.
But I mean, the game was already released and it already had the T rating.
And I get it. But I just, part of me thinks that this is more along the lines of thanks to Sweetbaby Inc. and all their bullshit in the past few weeks, is that this is a new fucking crusade for all the clickbaiters and everyone looking to generate the freaking hate mob traffic to just pop on it and just send people to Square Enix direction. And it's like, maybe Square Enix decided that, yeah, they're going to change it up in this regard ethically because they had a change of mind. Their ethics department isn't completely gone yet, even though they said that they did get rid of it.
Yeah, give it time.
However, honestly, this is such a minor thing and not the hill for people to die on, because I don't really. It is not such an egregious offense of censorship like we've seen in the past, and this is more along the lines of just a design remaster and making it cohesive between everything under the franchise label.
Yeah,
and I can agree with that. I mean, if we lived in a different world, I wouldn't be so cautious about it. My biggest problem is just once censorship starts, it's like a cancer. You let it in a little and then it just spreads.
Yeah, but at the same time, right? But and I agree with that, right? But that's only if it's in governmental and authoritative sort of means, because if it's a private company and they want to censor whatever they want to censor their IP, they have every right to be able to do that. It's theirs to do with whatever the fuck they want with. But if it was more like to do with governmental and administrative and that sort of censorship of the media, that then I completely agree with you. You can't have that. But like me wanting, like, let's say I painted a picture of some bird with some boobs and then I re-released the painting 10 years later and I painted a bikini over her because I thought that it was indecent. Am I not allowed to fucking do that?
Well, here's the thing. Did you take that painting you painted 10 years ago? Did you already make several copies of it, sell it to a bunch of people, keep the money, and then
those people can still look at that painting.
No.
Those people can still look at that painting. There's a new one being released now.
You
Not
go
in the digital age.
You paint over it. You change it after they've purchased it. You request it back.
Wait. So I thought this was like a remake, like a complete redo of an original game.
They put out a patch.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
and then
it was not this way in the original
that changes it. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean now. Like that would mean me going into everyone's house, painting a bikini over every single painting.
It's my game.
No, you can't have that. Okay, I was.
You mentioned the government. Well, ESG is something being pushed by multiple governments.
Well, see, welcome to why it is so very important that we support, buy, and purchase physical media. It's dead in the PC game world. There's no way to revive it. We're fucked there. You're not going to get it again. It's gone. You can mod. That's about it. But they're going to do this with movies because they already are. Kids shows, cartoons, everything that they can keep digital. This is why communists love streaming, because they can change all of history. They can go back and replace everybody in DuckTales with black, brown, multicolored ducks, whatever.
I will say
it's even more sinister than that. They are actively participating in trying to curate your interests, and so they can control whatever you like.
I wholly agree with you guys. I mean, Blazing Saddles is a prime example of that.
Yep.
I still have it on DVD. I probably won't even fucking buy it on any other format.
Yeah. However, like, in just this one regard with Square Enix, I don't think it's on the same level as everything else. I
completely agree with that.
I get where the line needs to be drawn. I'm with you there. I just don't think this is one of those
the beach
examples.
scene. That's the line. Literally in the sand.
Keep. Like, sorry.
Is the censorship of that? Everything I've heard about the beach scene is that hasn't happened yet. That's just a kind of a meme going around.
Yeah, it's a meme.
Yeah,
but
we'll just have to wait and see.
But ironically, it's these same motherfuckers in Sweetbaby Inc. who will have the most to say about it.
Yeah, fuck these guys.
Speaking of Vagabond, why don't you kind of get everybody up to speed on what's going on with Sweetbaby Inc. and the controversy there?
Man, okay, so speaking of like ESG and everything, so you got this company, Sweetbaby Inc., and what they do is, say you're a video game company, you're a movie studio, whatever, and instead of relying on sales from your customers, you got this ESG money is where you're getting grants and loans for having diversity, inclusion, and all those buzz term words or whatever, right? So what these guys do is, say you just written a story and, okay, instead of relying on sales, you want the ESG money. These guys come in and tell you, okay, these characters, you don't have enough trans characters to get this ESG money, or black characters, you got too many white folks in here, or something like that, or too many male representation. The women look too, those fake beauty standards which were beauty standards for the longest times or whatever. And so basically they change it up and they wokeify your product, and just enough to where you get this ESG money, right? And it's a large amount of money that a lot of these companies want this. And so that's what this company does. They mainly target video game companies. There's probably some other ones out there. But so if you're wondering why the last Justice League game that came out where you're killing the whole DC universe with the Suicide Squad, and why the Joker's the way he is, and he's exploring his sexuality and stuff. It's just these guys came in and was like, okay, we can't have a masculine Joker anymore. Harley Quinn can't be in a toxic love relationship with Joker. Make her
and she has to look like a foot.
She can't even have tits.
Wonder Woman is the
love
only
relationship
noble...
with a man, but she can be a toxic love relationship with a child Poison Ivy.
Yep.
Right.
And
that's
also, by the way, she also mourns Wonder Woman's death. Wonder Woman, the only hero in that, because you're trying to kill Green Lantern, Batman, Flash, and Wonder Woman. But it turns out Wonder Woman's actually good, and she's perfectly fine. But Harley Quinn mourns her death for some reason. The fact that Wonder Woman did nothing for them, but Wonder Woman is seen as this so noble person. Well, why? But the only reason they had her mourn over Wonder Woman dying is because they're both women. That's the that's
And Wonder
exactly
Woman
the
also
connection.
looks like she has a 5 o'clock shadow through the whole game.
Yes, exactly.
She comes from the
The also
planet
reason that
of-
Laura Croft
she
looks
comes
like she
from-
does now. It's pretty bad.
She comes
Yeah,
from the
so
island of
basically-
CrossFit lesbians.
Yeah, so basically, Sweetbaby Inc. is basically Anita Sarkeesian's feminist frequency on steroids.
Yeah,
And
and basically femme frequency done right.
yeah,
So
I warned about this early on.
I wonder.
Feminist frequency
Let's
did
say,
not die; just change forms.
I wonder. Let's say that you made a game about Wakanda, right? Would Sweetbaby Inc. come in and say there are not enough white people in this game?
Oh hell no.
They would not, but
what
they
they
would come
would
in and
do-
say there's not enough women influencing, there's not enough women in power in Wakanda for whatever reason. Whether or not they
Or-
probably start to insert a bunch of people. Sorry, Vagabundo. go
or
ahead.
like, oh yeah, or just like, okay, there's not enough homosexuality in the game or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because we know, like, if we go to any African country right now, homosexuality is like the biggest sin, and it's even a death sentence in a lot of those places, right?
Really? I thought
So-
all black
Lots of
people were
Christian
gay
and
now,
Muslim
according to
places
TV.
over in Africa, aren't there?
Yeah, but it's like, so like, of course, if you're making a game in Africa, you're not going to have broadened sexuality in there. But these guys would come in there and change that up and say, okay, well, this is how you get this ESG money, right? So even if the game flops, these studios are still getting grants and stuff because it's like you don't need to rely on the customers, right? If you're getting,
They gonna run out of ESG money. Just
They
all
don't
this
share the
stuff.
profits or the debt. They
right?
have no
ESG
say in
money.
this.
So
ESG money.
Oh my bad.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, no, I was just gonna
oh,
say ESG money is just new corporate government cheese.
Yeah, and so right now, a lot of these game failures we got right now is because of Sweetbaby Inc. Of like, okay, Forspoken, the dialogue in there, the overpower women, and all this stuff. Sweetbaby Inc. is like going to these different game studios and making these changes.
Let's not forget
And-
how ugly they made her compared to her actual model.
Yeah.
Right. So
Spider-Man.
I was going to say, and they had a direct involvement with Spider-Man where the Mary Jane, that is just a complete murder of that character.
She looks like, dude. You know what? You know who she looks like? She looks like, you remember Tango and Cash, one of them dudes in the prison. That guy that's got that giant
Yes,
jaw?
yes.
She looks exactly like that.
Yes,
dude.
yes.
I
you
don't
know
his
what? I
name.
thought she
He's
looked like. You remember what was that
damn.
movie, The Mask, with the guy with the big messed up?
Eric
face?
Oh,
Eric
yeah.
Stoltz.
Oh
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
No, the jaw reminded me of that whoever that character actor is. He's been in stuff. I think it was just like, you broke that guy's jaw or something.
Yeah.
Was his
Oh.
face
Did
got-
you guys
Well,
hear?
he didn't look like that in the previous game, and that's why it's such a big kind of people were putting up pretty much a big stink about it. And also,
Robert
not
Czar.
just-
Robert Czar.
Robert Czar, yes. But
Did
not
you guys hear about
worse
the
than
latest issue? The
for
latest issue of
Spider-Man?
Wonder Woman.
Oh, Wonder Woman? No, I didn't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. U-Haul opened their first branch on Themyscira.
Oh no.
But yeah, so the other thing that's happening now with Sweetbaby Inc. So on Steam you got curators, and a lot of curators is like they're like some of them are like more like reviewers. Is like they'll tell you this game is awesome, you should buy it, and because of these and such reasons or whatever, right? So you got this guy that became a curator on Steam, and basically instead of just curating games on how good they are, he's finding he goes to Sweetbaby Inc.'s own website and finds all the games they worked on and releases them to the public. As so when you click on a game on Steam and you follow this curator, you're going to see in the when you go to the reviews right before the review section, you're going to see this game was influenced by Sweetbaby Inc. I do not recommend. So that's basically what he's doing, is highlighting every game they worked on. Sweetbaby Inc., all their employees are now really angry about it and trying to dox this dude, find out where he lives and expose who this guy is, because they don't want the general public knowing what games they worked on, because the public backlash is like, okay, we're gonna like downvote every game, not buy this whatever. Because I'm not trying to buy any of these games, and
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen the reviews before I even seen this.
This
guy who
Chris
started
Kendrick
the
guy.
God, this guy.
Yeah, he
oh yeah,
ended up
that's another
protecting
one.
his tweet.
That dude already
because,
blocked me too.
That's a dude? I thought that was a chick.
No, it's a dude.
He works for Sweet Baby. You don't know anymore.
He's not in upper management. Of course, he's a dude.
Well, here's the thing. It's not just race swaps. It's complete. And that's what makes these games so shit. Is that it's putting women and minorities in token positions to make the game suck. Now, the one exception I will take with Sweet Baby is God of War Ragnarok is probably one of my favorite games of all time. It's fantastic. But you can definitely tell there was some West Coast identity politics at play here because they have Norse mythological characters. Some of them are black for no reason. And it doesn't change anything with the story. It doesn't affect anything. Really, Kratos is still very well written, and he may be a little bit more emotional now, but if you play the first game, it follows a common through line up in the second game as the one success that they have had that actually has been okay, but everything else has been shit.
I would argue for God of War, it's I would say it was at the start of this ESG stuff, and that's why it wasn't completely wokeified.
Yeah.
So that's why the changes they were like minor.
She is they're like blatant. Just here's our flag in it.
Yeah.
I'm just like still amused because I've been sitting here listening to you guys, but I'm sort of stuck on the idea of trying to implement ESG in some African developers. It's like some poor dude is sitting there. He's like, boss, I've got a new idea for a game. It's called Don't Get Eaten by the Lion Today. And what you have to do is you have to outrun the lion. And it's like, okay, so what's the gender of the lion? He's like, he's a big, proud male lion. And he's chasing after the man, and you got to outrun the man. He's like, okay, can we make it a female lion? Like a big, proud female lion? Where I suppose we can. And can we make it a lesbian with like purple hair? You know, like to really get it inclusive. Yeah.
And with a penis.
They are this stupid. They are this stupid. No, he's
And
joking.
Why does the person have to be running from the lion, Jack? What about people in wheelchairs?
Meals on wheels, yo.
Why does it have to be a man running from the lion? Can it be a transgender lesbian? Oh wait, you don't know a transgender lesbian? Here's
because the whole point of the game, sir. The whole point of the game, sir, is to not get eaten by the lion today.
Right, but so fat people can run away from the lion too, because we want to have really fat women with massive jaws running as fast as they can from the lion.
Yeah. I got an idea.
The core point of the game, sir.
But wait.
I think the other thing they messed up too is
the lion should be in a wheelchair too, Darnell. Exactly.
So
one of those little wheel things that it's just his back legs, but his front legs are fine.
The fat person, both in wheelchairs. The wheelchair lion and the wheelchair fat person are actually outrunning climate change. And
right. What if the lion was actually starving because of all the climate change or whatever?
Exactly.
Oh my God, we just became Sweet Baby Inc in this chat. Right
and
here.
This
is what their jam session sounds like.
The lion isn't trying to eat her. They're trying to get to the place where they could go online and type about the patriarchy.
Indeed.
Yes.
And I think a lot of the problem too is like a lot of game studios have been focusing more on story than gameplay anyway. So like being in the industry as well too is like the whole purpose of most games is you got to have fun first. Is the mechanics fun and does it work?
Right.
Story and stuff usually comes second and afterward, right? So like well, say we take Metal Gear. If we ignore the story and we want to base off the core gameplay, it's basically we break it down as into like a board game, right? And does it work as a board game if I was playing it? And a game that's similar to like Metal Gear with the mechanics of hiding and stuff would be there's a board game called Nuns on a Run, and where you're one of 7 children, you play with 7 people, and the AI in the actual board game are the nuns that walk around, and each kid has their own sin. So the kid of gluttony has to go get the key and sneak into the kitchen to get food out of the refrigerator and sneak back into his dorm. And like, I mean, this is a board game, but the nuns have a field of vision and they can't see behind walls and corners, but they can see at a certain angle and stuff. And so you would break down games based on those mechanics, and you make probably before you even start making a game, you just make a board game version of whatever game you're making, and then you add the story and stuff afterward, you know, for more like story-based games. And a lot of these studios ain't doing that. They're going straight for story, cinematics and stuff, and then they add this ESG stuff, and then the gameplay is the last thing involved. And that's why a lot of these modern games just suck.
Yeah, I have a related story to this. So back in college and the Game Developers Club, when our last president graduated out and it was left in the interim for everyone that was left to decide, it was an entire generation of people that were just, their scope was outrageous. It's like most of the time we just created some small little game for one semester and submit it for freaking game jams or whatever, right? These guys that took over, all they wanted to do was like, all right, what's going to be our grand scope? Let's make an RPG. All right, what do we want? We want it cyberpunk. We'll make it cyberpunk. And you know, so they started like running around in circles trying to create UIs that were completely out of our depth. You had like 3 people working on story, and they never even got the freaking intro down. And it's like, you're exactly right. That's how it is now. Because 10 years later, all these yahoos managed to get their fucking degrees, got their networks into interning into these studios, did the bare minimum level work, got failed their way to freaking upper tier positions, and now they're like, yeah, let's write a story. How are we going to do this? It's exactly as you said, Vagabond.
Yeah,
I've been saying this myself on many streams for a very long time. They've replaced all of the experienced masters of each sort of individual craft in the film and game industry, and they've replaced them with straight out of college fucking diploma owners, you know what I mean, with no experience. And they would have had to go through an internship, and they would have, like an apprenticeship, and they would have learned from the masters. They would have picked up tricks of the trade from the masters, and all that's gone now. It's all been bypassed.
And all of them were unimaginative.
You got rid of all yeah, exactly.
Everything that they did was fan fiction. Everything that they did were self-inserts, and it is just how it is today. After a decade from seeing it, start to sprout at college, now I see it in full view in just the actual industry and the products that we get nowadays in Western gaming.
It's nonstop, nothing but. Go ahead, Vagabond.
I was just saying, because like you worked at a studio too, right? Nemesystemic, or how you say your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
anti-Semitic.
Hey, I've just been drinking this, so whatever.
David, to the frontman David Draymond of Disturbed, I swear I'm not. I hope to collab with you one day when I make it big. Just never mind these streams and all these people's accusations of me being anti-Semitic. Fuck them off.
And fucking Disturbed rules, by the way. That's one of my favorite bands.
Hey guys, Starter's got to go real quick.
Yep, I gotta go. I'm gonna be, but just before I leave, I'm gonna be seeing Dune Part 2 tomorrow. So look for my review. But other than that, y'all take it easy and have fun.
Yo, you getting?
Are you? Oh, before you go, are you getting? Yeah. You getting the bucket? You getting the popcorn bucket?
I'm not going to AMC.
Extra
I'm going
butter.
to Alamo Draft House where I can get cheaper tickets, better food, and I'm actually going to enjoy myself.
We're not getting the full review, people. We're just going to get the movie, not the bucket.
They're sold out. They're sold out everywhere. So.
Popcorn bucket. That's what everybody.
Fuck the movie. I need.
I'm getting the popcorn bucket tomorrow.
You're getting
He learned his lesson from Ghostbusters with. He learned his lesson from last time with Ghostbusters with the Slimer popcorn bucket.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I
just popcorn bucket's probably even better.
I need a 5-minute review of just the bucket. That's all I want to know. I'll watch the movie.
That's a whole
Tell me
other
about
I'm
that
going
bucket.
tomorrow to get the bucket.
It's
and everything.
sloppy
Rubmle
and
exclusive.
wide.
Oh god.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Tim.
yeah. So like back to
Floppy
the
and
video game
wide,
thing.
but got the job done.
Oh gosh.
I'll 3D print
Yeah,
it.
like so back to the video game stuff too is like the other thing you see too is like shit, I forgot I was saying. Let me go back to this drink.
Not creative, completely taken over by a bunch of unimaginative shit.
Self-inserts. Fresh out of school.
Oh, I remember I was gonna say. So the other thing too is like when I was in school for like we were making games, if a person can't pick up the controller and figure out your game in less than like 1 minute without reading like a big long thing, then you need to start back over and figure out your mechanics again too.
Yep.
It's got to have a fairly sort of, regular learning curve. You know what I mean? You need to be able to move around in the world almost instantly. And so, yeah, it's like the very first minute of the game, the very first things that you interact with, as soon as you're thrown into the game, that's got to be what teaches you how to use all the buttons and get you through that tiny little first bit. And then it's like but not like Elden Ring. Elden Ring was just like, whoosh, no learning curve whatsoever. It just throws you straight in at the deep end. And I really admire
what I like
that.
about them, because it's like, okay, a lot of us, we grew up playing games or whatever, right? So it's like, I don't need to be handheld to learn how to press the directional buttons or press a fight. Just what buttons to shield and what buttons for me to dodge and swing my sword. And
where's the sniper rifle?
From Software found their niche, and they don't need to change. They know that they don't need to accommodate every gamer, despite what IGN, The Gamer, all these fucking shithead Western journos try to tell them to do. No, they know what their niche market is. It works for them. They aren't looking to become the biggest name out there. They aren't looking to become an Activision Blizzard, because everyone fucking hates Activision Blizzard.
Plus, too, a lot of the inclusion thing is what ruined a lot of games and stuff, too, right? So, even back in the day, like, okay, I'm a Magic the Gathering player, while you got people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! And all this other type of stuff. Those games aren't for me, and I don't need to be included in that. I'll stick to Magic the Gathering, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to dumb down the directions of how to play Magic the Gathering to include these other people. It's fine just being a niche, whatever. But the more there's like, oh, we got to include other black people to watch the game, so now we're getting ready cards because there might be racist now or whatever. And like,
yeah, well, they already started dumbing down the game back in Magic 2010 set, fuckers.
Yeah,
ruined half of how my decks worked.
Yeah, it's just like
playing during when Ice Age came out. I was like, fuck it.
Though that's the thing, they ruined how, like, I had cards from Ice Age, and then Magic 2010 came down, changed up the core rules and how the freaking each phase worked, and all of a sudden it's like, fuck.
They did that a little bit in Ice Age, and I got frustrated. That's when I quit.
You know, I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! When they came out with the pendulum summoning shit, where it's like,
oh god, yeah,
like, okay, you can basically bypass the grind to get out your more powerful cards. You just getting everything out like deck one or whatever. It was like, and you can't play someone that's using an OG deck because like the rules aren't even the same.
And that's ultimately what killed Yu-Gi-Oh! For me, was the whole fact of just everything constantly getting rotated out so fucking fast, the ban list updating every other month. It's like you can't keep a legal deck for longer than maybe 9 weeks.
Yeah,
and if you do, the power creep has already changed from one direction so badly that playing that deck is completely obsolete, and you're lucky if you actually manage to win.
And these hobbies are more expensive than actual video games and stuff. I'm just saying. Like,
hey, real quick, Society, if you want to jump in, man, I'll send you the link if you're bored and want to hang out.
Just to segue out of this conversation, what's next on the docket, mate?
He's like, fuck these goddamn card flippers.
I don't know.
Well, actually, I'm going to let you, Selena, have the floor. We're going to talk about we all know about Alec Baldwin's finger, not the
the dude.
Booger hook.
not the massively successful YouTuber, and
he was streaming with me last
Trigger
night.
Man.
yeah,
it pulled itself.
But now with the trial ongoing with Hannah, who it's gotten pretty interesting. I'm not as well up to date on it as
I am.
You too.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been watching the Fannie Willis trial while that was going on. So.
See, I've been going back and forth
in that myself. Big fat fan of Nam.
I haven't watched any of this dog shit, to be honest with you.
No, the Fannie Willis
I
trial.
love trials.
Dude, I'm keeping up with that. That's a fucking shit show.
Yeah,
man, that shit,
we don't have to worry
if
about
she
that
doesn't
for
get
another
kicked
2 weeks.
off of that shit. Yeah, if she don't get kicked off of that shit.
Well, the judge is going to deliberate for the next 2 weeks, so that's all for Fannie Willis right now. Yep,
yeah.
It's just enough time for Trump to hit Super Tuesday.
Oh,
yeah. Yep. Kind of like it's all intentional. But I'm gonna let Jack and Selena have the floor. In fact, I'm gonna make this a little more official here. I'm
gonna let Selena take the floor.
Oh gosh, no.
I'm gonna get all ready.
You go first, Jack.
Story time.
Get me into it, Jack. Just start it off. You've been watching since day
I'm
one.
ready.
All right.
Okay. So, how has it gone so far? How is it looking? Well, that depends on how you look at it. It seems as though it seems as though it's gone that way.
Let's go down the run. Let's go down.
So obviously they've gone through. Are we on day 7 now?
Day 6.
Today was day 6, was it? Okay. Well, we've had opening statements where the where the prosecution and defense have both sort of laid out what to the jury what they're gonna, expect from the trial.
Man. The defense sucks. The defense sucks, man.
Right, so that girl, that one girl, she's not very well. She doesn't seem like she's ever done this before. This seems like her first job almost.
What about the guy though?
He's good. Like, there is great lawyering on both sides. Like, genuinely, there is great lawyering on both. Yeah, I am watching the same trial, and I do think that there is great lawyering going on both sides. In fact, sometimes I'm even thinking to myself, why is the prosecution asking these questions? They don't make it necessarily seem good for their case in certain questions. But anyway, so basically what they've had so far is they've had the prosecuting, the people. They've brought forward expert testimony from people like the FBI. They've had gunpowder experts and ballistics experts, and what else have they had? Chemists on there, etc. And over the last couple of days, they've been talking to people who have been working on the actual film set. So, like the dolly grip and some of the producers. I think they had a couple of people who were experts in being armorers on film sets, etc.
Testimony was extremely credible. Like, I mean, to point out the faults. I mean, she's
right.
How do you feel about her? First of all, do you think she's guilty?
I think she looks nice.
She looks nice.
How do I feel about her?
Do you think that she?
So from the testimony, right? That's neither here nor there. Do I believe her? Do I believe that she's culpable for this?
Yeah.
Well, if you're asking me, do I think that she's culpable for this? I can't really comment on based on what little evidence has been presented so far. But based on it, I couldn't sit there in a jury and convict her on it.
So what is the narrative? What is, like, what are they saying? Like, are they saying that she's the one culpable, that she's the one responsible for live ammo being in
so basically so far what they've done is they've just tried to highlight what is to be so basically in the first parts of the trial, when they're going through the sort of FBI and police and all that, it's all been basically procedural in the sense of, have you identified these as like dummy bullets? Have you identified them as blanks? Have you identified them as, like fucking props? And what was found inside them that identified them as like live rounds or this and that, and so it's all of that has been procedural up until like the last few days, where they've been talking to people who were actually present on the set. And now, when they got to that ballistics, not the ballistics expert, when they got to the the on set armorer expert testimony.
It's fine.
That was all. Look, it's all based on opinion. That is how he would do it, like to the most highest standards that it should be held on a film set. Right, that's what his opinion is. However, as the defense pointed out, there are no formal requirements for an armorer on a set. There are no formal qualifications required. And so, like, just based on those things alone, right, I can't take his testimony as like, yes, okay, granted, there is more that probably could have been done on the set, but it doesn't just fall down to her as an armorer, right,
yes,
to
and let us not
maintain
forget
the
that
safety on the set.
Are hired mercenaries. They are literally hired to
You are right
spin
about
the
that.
narrative.
Yeah,
In one direction. Whoever put them
Well,
up there
if
as an expert, they are just there to say that literal thing of just, yes, this is what I would do at the highest
No,
regard
but
to make.
On that point, the prosecution are they're presenting their case in chief at the moment, so they are calling all of their witnesses. So these witnesses have already been prepared by the prosecution for the sort of questioning and then cross-examination.
Can you please take it off that picture? Good grief.
Or the side profile, because I want to get a nice profile.
This is how she looks.
Other one.
The blonde one.
This one?
Middle one. That one. Okay, there we go. We can see the hip.
Now, here's the thing. Me watching this, my first opinion was that she's not responsible for what happened. Moreover, the studio that hired her, because they brought her on, a young, inexperienced woman. I don't care that she her dad's an armorer. We know that.
Yeah.
She grew up around this. Even that said, she, just like in any other profession, there needs to be a very long term of apprenticeship, especially with something as serious as this. It's, this is more than just, the animation sucks because they hired a bunch of inexperienced amateurs to get their brownie points by hiring an all young female staff. No, this is people's literal lives. This is life and death when it comes to this sort of thing. So the studio is who I actually initially thought should be on trial. I'm still kind of leaning in that direction, though. There have been some.
Well, isn't it Alec Baldwin's studio? So that was the issue, contending issue.
That I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Google.
Yeah, because from my understanding, I haven't watched the trial at all, but from my understanding, it was Alec Baldwin's own production in total. And then
he's a producer in it. There are several producers of the film.
Right. Well, I understand there were several producers, but I think it was like his overall production in general.
Oh, okay.
And then like I know she was hired and like some other people left or whatever, but I haven't watched the trial, but I think it is his fault. And I'll tell you why. There's a video of him talking about safety and filming a Western or anything with guns anyway. And in the same video that he made himself was, even if it's a dummy round, you do not point it at anyone and fire the trigger. And
it doesn't even matter if it is fucking empty.
Yeah, never.
Yeah. Like, so
Well, but there are only on that though. The only rules that are sort of the only rules that are in place are it's almost like a verbal sort of agreement that there are like union rules, like SAG rules, that say that you have to.
Certified one time.
Yeah, but I mean, there's this other sort of a very old sort of sort of agreement or creed that I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's some bloke's name, and it's this sort of like this rule set that they go by when they're on set basically. But they seem more like guidelines. It's not like there is a set prescribed fucking list of rules of what you must follow on a set. It's just basically how each production goes by the looks of it, but they all seem to follow this same general set of guidelines.
Right. There's a YouTube channel called Arizona Guns something. Well, basically there's a studio set in Arizona where they film westerns and stuff all the time. They particularly don't use live ammunition, but they do know other studios do. There's the rule is just not to point it at, even if you think it's empty, you just don't point it at anyone in the first place.
You treat every viable gun as a live gun. You treat you never ever point it at something that you don't want to kill.
And because even the same thing with Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee, that wasn't a bullet that killed him. That was a dummy round. Yeah. So, Alec Baldwin.
But it wasn't a dummy round; it was a blank. And that's something that I want to make a very, very important distinction about, which is what the defense has been making a very important distinction about between the difference between a blank and not the defense. It seems like the prosecution have been making a very big distinction between what a blank is and what a dummy round is.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can put like wax bullets, and some people drill holes in the bullet casing to make sure there's no powder in there. Like, there's different things you can do, but like the fact is, he himself had a rule that he was never going to point a gun out there, no matter what they're filming or whatever. And the cameras pointed at an angle, and when they do a scene shooting at somebody, it shows the person with the gun, and it jump cuts to the other person, so they're both not in the same frame. And he broke his own rules of that, and regardless of the armor, like I know some people were like, well, they were shooting, they use real guns in a lot of movies, just for anyone that doesn't know. So and then it's I think the problems with him, because like he knew directly is like, don't point it at someone. He pointed at him. For me, I wouldn't say it was a murder charge, maybe like a manslaughter or something like that, or
negligent homicide.
Manslaughter. Yep. Yeah, negligent. Yeah, because I mean, someone lost their life and someone else got injured.
Right. So, whilst I'm thinking about it, please, if I can, whilst I'm thinking about it, right. Let me. I'm just trying to formulate my words in my head, right? So, the gun is the gun that killed the gun that committed the crime, basically, because guns commit crimes by themselves. Remember, the gun that committed the crime.
My pistol went up and robbed the dude earlier.
So it was a real gun, obviously, because it killed someone and it went through them. Yeah, it is a real gun. That's why. Anyway, but the point is, right, it's a single action Colt 45 peacemaker. Okay, it requires you to fully cock the hammer back before you pull the trigger, and then it will hit the blasting cap. If it's at any point half cock, you'll be able to spin the cylinder, and it shows the bullets inside the cylinder, but you will only be able to see the headstock of the bullet with the head stamp on it and the blasting cap, right? And apparently that's what she did when she rotated the barrel in front of the producer and in front of Alec Baldwin, but she didn't rotate it all the way around apparently. Now, but my question is did she uncock that gun to drop it back down into the resting uncocked position, the fully uncocked position? But
That's
also, right,
Well, okay,
also, well, hang on, but also, hang on, I need to get this out because it's in my head and otherwise I'll forget it, the moment will go. But also, it doesn't matter whether or not it was in the half-cocked position or in the resting position. At some point, Alec Baldwin would have had to have fully cocked the gun in order to have pulled the trigger and then pulled the trigger, right? And that's when it happened. Right now, he might have felt comfortable in doing that because the words "cold gun" were, said on set after checking the gun, and so he might have felt confident that because it was a cold gun, he knew that if he pulled the hammer back, he pulled the trigger, nothing would happen, or at least that's what he thought would happen. But there's another thing that has caught my eye about this whole thing, right? Is that it seems that this Seth Kenny is someone who rents dummy bullets and film props, that sort of thing. This Seth Kenny seems to be involved in a way that was sort of outed today as it might be that he's more involved than anything, because the testimony that woman with the blonde hair gave today, who, by the way, is under protection, that if she gave testimony today that she could not be prosecuted.
Sarah, she was the other person that was involved with the guns.
Was she the prop master, or
she was supposed to be supposedly she was above Hannah, like her boss, but not really her boss. She was like her assistant. It's really confusing. I don't know.
So anyway, so she testified. Hang on, because I'm gonna lose it otherwise. She testified, right, that she just had a quick call with Seth Kenny, and that it was like just him sort of, and he was in shock or whatever. But then she goes over to like a prop car, and then she throws away some fucking used bullets, right? That are not. And so in my head, alarm bells are already ringing, because it seems to me like Seth Kenny might have rented out some props that had real bullets in it. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because if Hannah is supposed to, if Hannah is supposed to like be like an armorer on the set, and she's been assured by Seth Kenny that these rentals are, all well and good, and she, checks them herself by shaking them, getting that little ball bearing thing, or looking at them to see that there's holes drilled in the side of them or whatever, right? As far as she's concerned, all of those bullets should be either blanks or dummies or props, right? No real bullets should be in there. So this is what I'm saying to you, right? This is what I'm saying to you. If I was a juror, if everybody on that jury wanted to convict her, it would be hung forever, because I would not be able to convict her just based on that solely, on that evidence so far. And we've still got the defense to present their case in chief, so they've got to call all their own witnesses yet.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Vagabond, what's your rebuttal, sir?
Yeah. Oh, I said, for her, I agree. I wouldn't convict her, because whatever she checked, it doesn't matter. Because usually there's rules. Like usually they have about like 3 people that they'll check through. So it would have been her, maybe another party, then the actor, which in this case Alec Baldwin. My problem with that is we have Alec Baldwin saying he lied because he said he didn't cock the hammer. That those guns don't fire. Yeah, there is one case if you don't do a cowboy reload. So the cylinder holds 6 shots, but you would load 5. But you put 1 bullet in, you skip a cylinder, then you load 5 in. So you have 5 in this 5 and it rests on an empty cylinder. But even if they did that, he would have to, since he wasn't riding a horse or anything, and bump the back hammer of the gun, it wouldn't have fired. He had to pull it back to fire it. But the problem I have with the whole thing is, even him, before this whole trial started, there was a video of him talking about gun safety and while filming, and in his own words is, even if you think it's a cold gun, you still don't aim that gun at anyone, because mistakes can always happen. So in filming shooting scenes, you shoot at like a 45-degree angle, not aiming it at anyone. So you would see, and you have jump cuts. I was trying to find the video, like everyone's showing the new unseen footage of him shooting the gun before or whatever. And so, but yeah, so the way it works, because there's no safety lever in a single action army for, it's like a safety shield for where you rest the hammer back down. But even that, he still had to pull, for him not riding the horse or anything, and just he aimed it at the director and fired, and that's the problem I have with it, knowing that he has previous knowledge of not to aim at someone.
Yeah, and I've got to be honest with you. I mean, this is just my opinion. He seemed like he'd been drinking in the footage that I'd seen, like the test footage of him sitting in that church.
His interrogation video, he didn't seem sober. He definitely seemed.
But I just want to go back to. I just want to go back to some other evidence that's been shown.
He is a notorious alcoholic
in this thing, right? So there's a lot of sort of behind the scenes footage of the actors sort of walking around pointing the barrels of shotgun willy-nilly and stuff like that. And then there's a point where this Hannah Bird is actually holding the shotgun,
She was holding it to her own face.
There's a point where I can see her that she's holding it with the butt on the ground, and she's holding it like in front of her like this. Now I agree that that's not the best look for an armorer to have. I must agree with that. It does look negligent. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to paint that picture that she was negligent. That should she have been on the set? Should she have been present when one of the actors has a gun? And they're all saying yes, she should have been there. Well, she wasn't there on certain times. Do you recall not seeing her? Yeah, I recall not seeing her sometimes. But then the defense is saying like, well, she had other duties as well, etc. She was like part-time armor, and she was part-time props, and etc. etc. And so it's still way up in the air yet. It's all still way up in the air. You can't make
are they having the same defense, or they have their own defense lawyers at the same time?
This is just her trial. This is not a joint trial with
Alex will be
co-defendants in this trial. Yeah, he's got.
So she's charged with manslaughter and tampering with evidence.
Yeah,
and her trial could ultimately kind of predict how his trial is going to go.
It's going to be the same judge and everything.
And
the worse her trial is, the better his will be.
All of this is
better hers is, the worse his will be.
They're trying to throw this dummy under the bus to take.
That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah.
Now they have exposed a few things regarding her possible substance.
I don't know whether you can show that on YouTube, Donna.
It's not real. It's a toy.
Oh, okay.
That's why I didn't pro mine.
It's a replica toy.
Don't show your arsenal.
It's a toy.
Now, what were you going to say?
Hey, if anybody's going to show the guns, just make sure that you say, "Hey, this is a replica with the same mechanics of a real device."
That's all
just like that, which is a replica.
I was showing you.
What were you going to say?
It only goes forward unless you.
These are my guns. These are replicas of bigger ones.
I was basically gonna just say the same thing was that all this was just adding up to it all seems like it's just conveniently placed to put all the blame on her, because like even Iron just said, the worse hers does, the better it's going to look for Alec, because all the blame is going to be pinned on her. It's not going to be pinned on the studio like it should be, the people who hired her, where if she was the mistake, the liability will ultimately be with the studio. But no, that's not what it's turned out to be. They're trying to pin it all on this girl who is probably just a cog in the system. They're like, all right, here's a cheap armor we can get for this. Put her in there. Congratulations, we got that thing filled. And we can also have her double in props, so the prop master has a little bit of load off their weight. And it's just a complete and total clusterfuck of them just cutting corners with cost. And ultimately, it comes down to Alec Baldwin was the motherfucker that pulled that trigger. He's the one that had his booger hook on it instead of
off it. Killed her. I mean, it's when he was just like, I did not.
Yeah, but
like,
let's just so let's just say that we get past this trial and now we're into Alec Baldwin's trial. He's the one who he's the one who pulled the trigger. Is it arguable that if he's been told by the armorer that it's a safe gun, that it's a cold gun, just because he pulled the trigger and just because he cocked it back, maybe he felt confident enough? Can it not be argued in front of a jury that he felt confident enough to be able to do it?
If that's the regard, that he won't be, that doesn't put him as high as homicide. That'll be just negligence up to manslaughter at the highest. But ultimately, they could rule that it's an accident. He doesn't get jail time, but he will be completely held civilly liable to the family.
I disagree, because like I said, there's a video, I seen it like last year, of him talking about gun safety on set.
I know the video you're talking about.
Yeah, and like if you play that video, and even he knowing his own rules was like, you don't aim it at anybody, even if you think the gun is cold. Like,
you never
just that
point
what court is this being held in? Is this in California?
This is
New Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico.
Okay, that's different. That could actually go the way Vagabond's talking about. Because if it was an LA court, fuck no. He'd get off.
LA, of course.
Well,
because
hold on.
He's an actor.
I wouldn't even be this far.
But that's just it. That's what I thought. I thought it was sounding like it was an LA court because how this is all laid out. Like she was going up, being held liable, not the company. No. And not only that, her court is preceding Baldwin's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there? Did they go
why
over
the
the contract?
I think it wasn't being filmed in New Mexico. That's why it happened there. That's why they're doing it there.
Well, my question: did they go over the contract at all?
Oh, I don't know.
In the trial?
Yeah.
Contract. You mean her contract?
Yeah.
Because
like there should have been for something like this, they would have had a contract where someone has liability. So whether because my understanding, it was his production. So even if
the defense have tried to build a case, the defense have tried to build a case in the sense of a lot of the responsibility should fall on the production team.
And we are
the first assistant director should actually pick up a lot of the weight. And actually, the first assistant director was in the courtroom testifying. And he's already been convicted of negligent discharge of a firearm or something like that. He's had to take responsibility for that already in a different court case.
Okay, but did they ever bring up the contract at all, or
no?
I don't think the prosecution's going to, because it is their case in chief at the moment. So that's going to be the defense's attack point. So when they get their chance, that's what we'll probably hear about the contract.
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't think the prosecution is trying to, their entire case in chief is just to pin this on her. So if there's something in that contract that will take liability off of her, there is no way they're going to touch it. In fact, they're going to try everything to steer away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we won't hear that until the defense.
It'll be next week. I think there's only one more week left. But does anybody think that they're going to have her testify?
Oh,
I don't think
think
it's going to be
it's,
good for
Oh yeah,
defensive
the
line.
defense is definitely going to call
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
I think the
Go-
defense are going to call her. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no
think
reason
so?
for her not to. Like Alec Baldwin would be better not to testify. In
Oh, he's not
his,
going to.
But
Well,
in his?
the
Who
defense,
knows?
the defense could call him as a witness in their case for her.
that's true.
They're definitely not going to call him. I guess it's already been said, but
I
unless
still
it's a
find it fucking
surprise.
bullshit that her trial precedes his.
Yeah.
Because
He
he's
aimed
a
and he
celebrity and all that.
Yep.
You know.
Unless
well, it's because she's sort of the next step in the responsibility chain, isn't she? She's not that high up as like the first assistant director or Alec Baldwin or whatever. She's a little bit lower down, so she, if we can palm some of the responsibility off on her first, then it's going to make Alec look really good in court, and maybe you won't even have to go to court at all because she's already been found guilty of it.
As far as her case, I'm still leaning toward where I was, even hearing about, the possible substance abuse and everything else. The responsibility still falls on the people that hired her with her inexperience,
Right.
and the team she brought on, who was equally, if not more so, inexperienced.
Yeah, because I don't know what the law is in New Mexico about smoking weed or anything like that, but
it wasn't weed; it was a little bag of coke.
Oh right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's definitely probably illegal, isn't it?
Going to the bathroom.
And as a former cokehead, and I did hear this part of the different people testifying about the frequent bathroom breaks, the erratic behavior when she came back. It's like, oh yeah, I've been there. Probably
oh
thing I was never around firearms at the time.
But that isn't a look good. That isn't a good look in front of a jury anyway. No.
Yeah, I haven't had coke. I had coca leaves.
The whole leaf?
Oh yeah, you can go to Bolivia and they sell fucking bags of the things for like 30 cents or something.
What's
They
it
grow
like?
abundantly there. It makes your mouth
I'm not
numb.
gonna say who. Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but someone brought me a trash bag full of them.
Damn.
He went to Peru, and man, that's I tried chewing it at first.
Wait,
but
did he bring
making
them
hot
back
tea
for you into America?
Yes.
Hey, Shock, you're free to join anytime you want, man.
No way, man. I think isn't that illegal?
So it is,
No,
but
it's
look,
not illegal.
I grew up in the offshore industry, oil field industry, and I know I've seen firsthand a lot of employees on the boats will go into international waters, and in the middle of the night when we're tied up on whenever we're running patterns just because the weather's bad, small dinghies will pull up, toss a little bag on the boat.
Well,
and
I know how.
I
have an idea how this guy brought it over, but I'm not gonna even if me telling you how I think he brought it over would give it away. So I can't say that on stream. So
but you just admitted to receiving smuggled goods.
Dude.
Yeah, but it's all gone now. So that was years ago.
He is a vagabond.
I've done
Even by the name.
You're a runaway vagabond.
I've done coke before. The first time though, I was gonna solve all the world's problems for like 15 minutes, man. I had all of my shit all together. That first time for about 15 minutes, I was like, yeah. And then every other time,
I only last between 15 and 30 minutes. That's why you're constantly doing it.
No, well,
I've had that on acid, but not being able. I've been on acid and completely figured out the entire universe, but then not being able to remember what it was the next day.
No, so for me,
I just remember that I figured out the entire universe.
8 hours straight.
Yeah. So for me, I never had cocaine itself. I just had the leaves, and I made hot tea out of this stuff. And
been in the basement all morning chewing coke.
Yeah, it makes your it opens your lungs up, and I felt like I could taste the air quality and stuff. So this is when I was still living in Southern
I can taste the
California.
colors.
No,
I'm there.
I'm literally
okay. I want to do a coca leaf tea at least once before I die.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
So this
Take a
is
trip
what
to
I was.
Peru, Bolivia.
Yeah, so what I was doing, I was going to different parts. So if anyone doesn't know, I'm originally from San Diego, California, and I was going to different parts of San Diego to test the air quality. So I would I'll be in downtown San Diego just to be like,
oh,
okay,
gross. Go to Carlsbad.
downtown air. Well, yeah, I've been there too. So I was going to like,
North
okay,
Valley.
let me go to Hamul and stuff and just see what the air quality just tastes like. And like, let me go to the beach. And like, this is exactly how
on the news, give a report about, hey, I've been drinking coca leaf tea and I've tasted the air quality in all these different places. You have a chart. Oh, I tasted the air quality here, and it was kind of like
Aircast.
This one kind of tasted
Runaway
like
Vagabond.
urine and homeless people.
Yeah, so
that's downtown San Diego. San Diego.
That's so, but it really opens up your lungs, and you get like, it's not energy from like caffeine; it's a whole different energy, right? And so it's like I'm just cheery and just
it's
like
not
going
caffeine,
around.
man.
So,
Well,
but
they
I'm
eat
just-
them for altitude sickness, don't they?
Yeah, but like that, well, that's what I'm saying. You feel your lungs open up. So like I tried chewing it, but my favorite thing to do is make a hot tea out of it and add a little bit of honey. But even without honey, it tastes so good. And like it tastes
That is
so good. I was even on the deep web trying to buy on the deep web
More
before,
coca leaves.
yeah, before a market I was trying to buy from got shut down with the exit scam. If I won't incriminate myself anymore, but that's
Plenty of that tonight.
As long as the statute of limitations is up, you're all right.
Yeah,
Vagabond's
But
front door. It's just
I
a
ain't
nice
gonna
note.
lie.
FBI,
I
open
do
up!
wanna. The
But it's
next
iron
thing I do
oxide.
want to try is ayahuasca. So I got some Native American friends that I'm going to try to hit up. I have a friend that makes ayahuasca, so I'm gonna try that one time too. So it's like,
There you go.
I've done that.
See,
That's crazy. It feels like it
get
lasts
old.
forever, and it's so brief too. It's like
Don't do drugs, kids.
No, don't.
Shit,
get old
especially
like
don't
me.
do whippets in the in the passenger seat of a Ford
see,
Fiesta.
I never done whippets. I didn't know what whippets was. I was doing Postmates, right?
Fun
So
story about that, Diesel. I used to have a Ford Fiesta. My first time doing whippets was with my friend Chloe. But it was but it was in her
Yeah.
Oldsmobile, not my Ford Fiesta.
Oh, well, for
Don't
about a
do
minute or
whippets and
so,
methadone.
man, if they ever made that to last more than a minute or so, you'd fucking die. Holy shit, that
Oh,
stuff's
God.
fucked. I was like
No,
sitting there, and it was just like,
Do it with methadone, Diesel.
So
It'll kill
in
you.
San
yeah, I'm
Diego,
sure it will kill you, dude. I'm not doing any of this shit, man. I'm already way too
So-
long, man. My heart will just be like, I'm out.
in San Diego, whippets are legal, so you can buy
They're
them. At smoke
legal.
shops.
They're legal in Atlanta.
I'm
It used to
surprised.
be. There was a place called what was that place that they used to go up there and get them?
You'll have to excuse me. What's the what is a whippet?
It's
Okay.
it's nitrous oxide. Laughing
Oh,
gas.
It's the air-
I got you. The whipped cream gas. Yeah.
Yeah. When I worked at a grocery store, I sucked all of it out of all the whipped
Oh my
cream.
god!
You motherfucker! That's why my whipped cream was flat for my Thanksgiving.
you get it how it's like
I don't think you've
Fucking guy.
been this. I don't think
No,
you've been
Right.
so-
I mean,
I didn't know what whippets was, right? So
I don't know
I
what
was
it
doing
is.
posts. I'm like the first 100 people to do Postmates in San Diego, and I'm
dude,
but
are
a
you,
lot
wait,
of
hold
these
on. Before you say
people
this,
were like-
are you still working for Postmates?
no Postmates got bought out by Uber.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so but when Postmates first started, it was the best job ever. I was making $500 to $700 a weekend,
Dang.
but that's a whole nother story. So like I'm buying whippets like all the time, and it's all the party schools in San Diego. So like these schools have the walk of shame, right? And like you'll be there at 3 a.m. in the morning, you just see these girls just walking out with like barely anything on, the walk of shame, whatever. So
Oh, I know that well.
I'm always buying these whippets. So I was at a smoke shop, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm doing Postmates, and that's why I'm buying this. But what the fuck is a whippet?" And so the guy at the smoke shop, and this was in Pacific Beach, his eyes like blew up real big. Oh, you don't know what whippets are? Like, and this guy's
Dude, I
explaining,
thought
it's
you were
the-
just gonna die one day.
he was like, you know, it's the air from whipped cream cans, and like that's what it is, and you just inhale it and you get high. And then so I was like, okay, so he's explaining his whole thing. And I was like, okay, well, because I think the only other time I heard of whippets was the movie Airplane.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily get high. You get deprived of oxygen. You suffocate.
I don't even know I've done it.
Yep.
You suffocate. That's essentially what it is. You're displacing all of the oxygen with nitrous oxide, and you slowly start to fade into unconsciousness. That's what the high feeling is.
So kind of like autoerotic asphyxiation minus the
kind of. Yeah.
The part of your brain
crazy part too, right?
Dude, that shit, man, you'll get more fucked up than anything. If it made it last more than like 30 seconds or a minute, man, you'd fucking lose your. You'd go
Isn't
insane.
that how James Caan died?
Brain damage.
Dude, I knew a dude that did it.
He was trying to chase that high.
He did whip it so much. He said he had the taste of death in his mouth because it kept.
David Carradine.
Yeah,
David Carradine. Yeah. David Carradine was chasing that high pretty hard.
I love the.
having a strangle wank.
What's it called?
That's how it goes. That's what goes with. Yeah.
I guess this time.
That's how you intensify the high. Little edging.
No, we used to do that shit at basketball tournaments. We like squat down, like breathe deep, like really fast.
Oh God!
Stand up in your mouth and blow.
I'm so sorry.
You don't let the air out, and we catch each other falling down.
Yeah, because you black out. We did that smoking weed. It was called a It was called a. I forget. I don't know. If I was as high as I was back then, I probably remember what.
But you like do it really fast, like you're about to
take 10 deep breaths, stand up as you're sucking in the weed, hold your breath in, somebody holds you, and then you black out. And you think it's been like an hour, but it was just like 30 seconds.
And then you wake up with a sore ass.
It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, I know. Just like the anesthesiologist. Damn it.
You guys are fucking weird. All me and my friends did was choke each other out while we jerked each other off. I mean, Jesus.
I mean, there was that too.
Yeah, but who ended up with the one in their mouth at the end of the night?
Who did?
Who won that one? I mean,
edibles used to fuck me up. That's what I would say. Like I could smoke all day long, no problems at all. But an edible will mess me up. Like,
and you see, on the opposite, I edibles have zero effect on me. Now they'll keep a high going once I get there, but I never reach a buzz with them.
Man, I can't take any of that marijuana high anymore. It used to make
I can't do it. I've never
paranoid and scared. It's awful. It's like the worst.
I've always hated every fucking weed high. I've never had a pleasant experience with edibles.
Never done drugs, man.
I've gone and bought different.
I have pleasant.
I don't think I did either, but I kept doing it for like a decade or so. I don't know what the.
No. Like I had pleasant experience with edibles. The problem is I always had something to do when I had the edible. So it was like that was the real problem. So I was working at a reggae concert, and this one chick I knew was like came up and was like, "Hey, you want some of this cookie I made?" I was like, "Oh, sure." And I got sent home because I was moving at 90-degree angles after the concert, like sweeping up dirt and shit.
You needed a sativa strain, dude. You got the wrong one. That indica.
Yeah, no, but like edibles, well, even those edibles just mess me up. Like I get the Matrix high every single time, and like I don't know how to explain it, but you feel like every electric impulse in your brain. So like if I'm about to walk, I feel like the impulse in my brain goes through my feet back to my head, and I start walking.
That's just you, dude. No one else ever gets that.
No, dude. Yeah, the Matrix. I thought you were talking about like when you're just like, dude, what if we're really in the Matrix?
This must be some really good shit. Can you put me in touch?
If you meet me in California, I'll take you to some places and we'll make sure we got nothing to do all day.
Cool. So, that sounds awesome.
Everybody's always had a good time on it, and I just get way too in my own head. Feel like I'm getting overwhelmed with the weight of the world and paranoia,
fear, and all that shit. Remember, it was always like that, but I kept doing it for like decades.
You give me a grinder full of. You give me my grinder full of weed. You get me my phone with YouTube shorts, and I will be there from sun up to midnight and not realize it.
I wish I could do that.
I am.
Diesel, the Matrix high for me is basically I'm like the rest of the world is moving slow and I'm moving too fast. And so like everything is like I'm moving at 90 degrees. If I'm walking into a wall, and the wall's coming right there. I'm walking like this, and like everything, I'm just dodging things and just doing all these movements unnecessary, right?
You bullet time.
So
like 5 feet away from a tree, bending over like that. I don't want to hit it.
Someone get the limbo stick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So what I've been wanting to do is like get the Matrix high while I'm doing like capoeira, like in the middle of some woods somewhere or whatever. Or, like
all those dudes at that concert saw you doing before they were like, "You need to go home."
Dude, I want to.
Yeah,
well, that's what,
psychedelics don't freak me out as much as weed. I can handle myself just fine on shrooms and acid. No
I
worries.
think the shrooms might have fried me for the weed, man. We had a long, strange trip one summer, man. We kept going out to this cow field and like just kept getting the mushrooms right out of the cow sitting there. And we like, oh shit,
that's some southern shit right there.
What I used to do, like when I was like 17, 16 and stuff. So after I smoked weed, my next trip was to the candy store. And I'm buying like, because you know how your taste buds get enhanced? So like I'm buying like all kinds of different
You mean
candy,
you get
like,
the munchies?
No, it's not just the munchies. Your taste buds are like enhanced, like so like really good. So like if you have something that's normally sweet, it's like 30 times
It's even more
sweeter.
heavenly. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so my thing was like I used to go to the like my highs was like go to the candy store and I'm buying like sour this, sweet this, and like I'm eating
Chocolate
candy
for
out
me.
the bins, and I'm surprised I'm not even diabetic right now or whatever. So it's like,
I got the sugar foot because of weed.
Vagabond, I am too, considering you're some of the talks you've had of those pies you've been buying.
oh, you should see the ice cream I bought the other day. I should send you a message. I took a picture of it.
I know you just send me random pictures of this incredibly sweet desserts, just like.
Now you know.
Yeah, I had this ice cream. It was fucking delicious. It was a unicorn
diabetes.
something. I'm sending it to you right now.
It was what?
Unicorn.
Unicorn
it's called
diabetes.
Unicorn strawberry.
That's type 3.
it was unicorn sparkling strawberry ice cream. I ate the whole
Jesus
pint in like
Christ.
one sitting. I ate it for breakfast.
See,
like
I'm too fat to do that.
I just sent it to Iron so he can see the picture. But yeah, I'll be like,
Man.
like this was just like 2 days ago. Like I went to Walmart and I was like, oh, that looks delicious.
Unicorn shit.
Man, I've had like when I had surgery, when I got out of surgery, like I walked in, I was like, man, I ain't gonna be able to do anything. Fuck it. So I went in and got me 2 of those packs of like Reese's Pieces. That shit was still good, man. And then I ate that and some other crap. And then like I got one of those Edwards pies, and then I was just like, ugh, oh my God, I'm not eating. So like that's my sugar for the rest of whatever.
Oh man, I'm probably
for years.
I'm probably full of lead too, because like I grew up on Mexican candy too, so like I'm probably full of lead as well too. So
you had to beat it out of a paper donkey first.
It wasn't paper. It wasn't paper.
Like even now where I'm at in Georgia, I'm probably the only black guy that buys like the Mexican in the Mexican section, just buying candy and shit. Like I buy like
because I heard their
mango,
Mexican candy. I heard their candy is ass. That's what like
no,
you see the thing where Ryan Kendall was eating that stuff and he's like,
yeah,
That's good.
No, Mexican candy is delicious.
Depends on the candy.
Ryan Kendall was tripping. Like I
heard if you go to the Mexican candy aisle, it's just Mexican families looking at the sweets but not actually being able to buy them.
You know, on the streets here in Phoenix, Mexican candy.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They get all the money they want for free from Big Daddy government. They can get as much candy as they want.
I tell you who can't make any
No
desserts.
diabito, no sweets
Chinese,
for
man.
you.
Like if you go to the Chinese buffet, man, and you ever try one of those desserts like I did years ago, it looks like that looks like pudding. That looks like cake with pudding in it, and you eat it, and you're just like, how the fuck did you fuck this up so bad?
Yeah, it tastes like
mashed potatoes. It's like I don't. What the? This is
mashed potatoes and corn. Like,
I'm
what the
willing
fuck
to
is
say
this?
That's because the
JackTarLad
secret
some
ingredient is
Mexican
MSG.
candy just so you can try it.
Oh, you should. We should do that on a stream.
Let's do it.
Jack tries Mexican candy.
Hey, I'm willing. Yeah, I could. I would literally mail you some Mexican candy so you could try it. That shit is delicious.
You could probably just
name
tell me
is
what
Mexican
to get, and
candy.
I can go to the Mexican candy shop that we got down the road, and I can go and buy some from there.
Okay. The first thing is the Fresca balls.
No, write it down. Write it down for me. Don't just fucking tell me because I'll never remember it.
There's a Mexican candy shop in England.
There's an American candy shop. There's a Mexican one. Yeah, we got very inclusive over here. American.
Oh,
and
you must
Mexican.
be in London.
Now I can understand them having a Mexican candy shop because that's a little different, but American candy just kind of fucking sucks, especially compared
It
to
does,
Europe. I don't
yeah.
even know why.
They
why would
don't
they
make money.
So much shit in it.
Yeah, we just throw rocks at the
You never
window.
been to the
Why not
candy.
just get
You've never been to the candy shop on
The American
freaking
store is
Riverside
just a
in Savannah,
bucket of
Georgia.
high fructose corn syrup.
It's a different candy shop.
I mean, aside
No,
from maybe
my-
the
my-
Hershey's chocolate, which is a little different, nothing
My other
America
shit is-
makes as far as candy is worth a shit.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
I know, back when I was in
I
sugar,
can't
those
eat
Reese's
Hershey's.
eggs and Easters. That's the shit right there.
Iron.
Hershey's is garbage.
If you
All of
if
our
you
chocolate is
ever
trash.
find yourself in Savannah, Georgia, head down to the Riverside street, and then there's a candy shop there. They make everything from scratch. They've been in business for over a century. They haven't changed their fucking recipes
There
since
was
then.
one of those in
And
Galveston.
I think it's like Sweet Street. I think it's called. When I was in,
okay,
yeah,
I have to go to
that's
so tomorrow or in Savannah they're about to have a retro video game con.
Yeah, one down here next weekend.
No, you know what you need, dude? Y'all want some real candy?
River
Go and get
Street
some-
Sweets. That's what it is. River Street Sweets.
River Street Sweets.
Darnell will
Alright.
back me up. Get some homemade pralines, man. You'll
Oh,
get that.
fuck,
Oh,
man.
It's
yeah.
called a
I'm telling you,
crunchy
man,
Shaka Zulu.
Fuck yeah.
Called
Tell you
a
what, tell you what.
crunchy.
I will
That's the
make.
s- That is
I'll
pure
make a couple batches, and I'll send some to
unadulterated
all of y'all.
diabetes.
I'll pick a few batches and send them to y'all.
You're gonna pick the pecans?
Okay, I
have
just
some
found them.
frozen.
Oh,
Do you
That's
guys
sorry,
like
it's not
man,
I'll
that's,
take them,
it's
absolutely.
like brown sugar. It's like 5,000 types of sugars dumped on
It's
top of it.
so fucking
That's the only
good.
way you can eat a
It's
pecan. It's
essentially
like
just
dumping
cooked
enough
sugar.
sugar on it. You're just like, yeah.
It's
that's
sugar and
cool.
pecans. That's all it is, basically.
Yeah,
And butter.
have you
Yeah,
had
yeah,
the
yeah.
pecans
And
at
it's
That's all you
brown.
need.
it's a little brown.
Huh?
Yeah, the pecans at Bucky's.
No, fuck
Oh,
that.
the
We have
fried
pecan
pecans?
trees everywhere.
The fried
Yeah,
pecans.
yeah.
Those fucking fried pecans are the shit.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Those, yeah.
The fried
Yeah,
pecans
man.
are fucking good.
You guys do
Frying 'em up.
you guys do boiled mushrooms in Alabama or anything?
Oh, the same pecan. Okay,
Boiled
pecan.
mushrooms.
Boiled mushrooms.
No, the boiled peanuts.
Oh, boiled
yeah.
peanuts.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I don't
Dude,
like them, but they're popular here.
Dude, there used to be a
Yeah.
place like at this country store, and this woman had like this fucking giant kettle, and she'd get those Spanish peanuts, those giant ones, and make them, and it was like a buck or $2,
Yeah.
and you get this giant bag of them, man.
They do that shit here. I don't like them. Not a fan.
What?
They're
That shit
pretty
is
salty.
delicious.
They're pretty salty. Your sodium count will go up like it's like
Well, it depends who makes
11,000
them.
grams per peanut.
There's a good
Noted.
one.
Diesel
by
likes to
my
buy
place,
big
it's
bags
not
of
really
salty nuts.
Word. That was years ago, man. I was still drunk.
That was when he was in college experimenting.
That's why you drank so much, because of all the fucking salt on the peanut.
Hey, man. Yeah. No, I drank because like that was like one time the alcohol, like, yeah, I thought it worked for me back in the day. Obviously, it never did work for you, but like, you know.
Did at the time.
If you know, I'm drinking.
See, I don't
that,
know about that
Canadian
shit. You've got it
from-
in a cup or a glass, and I'm just like, who the fuck does that shit? Why would you add an extra step? You put the glass, you put the bottle to your mouth. That's ensures the
Hey,
the straightest line.
Diesel, I'm with you. This is why I'm only allowed beer.
This is how I get away with it. See, we and I have a gentleman's agreement. I don't abuse it. It doesn't abuse me. It is the solution to all of my problems, good and bad. It's a good friend. You know, whiskey,
Alcohol ain't
just a little.
alcohol's-
You don't need too much. You do
Alcohol
pour
is
about that much,
nobody's friend,
and you
bro.
stop.
See,
my agreement with hard alcohol
with each
the
other.
solution to and the cause of all of my problems.
You said that much and stop, man. Like that's it. That's impossible.
That's it.
It's impossible.
Oh, well, I
a
can
drop
stop
is
and
too
I know to
much, and an
stop.
ocean is not enough, man.
I've only had one problem. One time I had a problem stopping from hard out liquor. It was the Absinthe House in New Orleans. It was actual absinthe.
Ooh.
That was like drinking candy. I had like 7 or 8.
They don't go down that fucking easily, mate.
The way they did it on Bourbon Street, it did. No, the way they did it here, I felt like I was like, if this is me, I was here all night long, just slightly off of myself.
No,
I had
one
like,
time,
man, I just feel drunk.
I was at an Ethiopian
eating
party
contest.
No, it was an Ethiopian. So this guy I knew, he brought the Ethiopian soccer team to San Diego and had a party, and he took me to the bar. He was like, "Hey, this is my friend. Get him whatever he wants." So man, I was trying all these different Ethiopian beers and stuff, and I live
just
45 minutes away. No, that shit. I had to piss like every 5 seconds, like alcohol. So like, I'm literally on the freeway, like pulling over. Like I literally just got out of the car, pulled over. Like I'm pissing like all over this freeway and shit. And like I'm driving home at like 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh shit! Like I literally hop in my car. I'm about to wet myself and shit. Like let me pull over again and shit. And I was like for like 40 minutes trying to get my ass home and shit.
See, I have far too expensive taste in whiskey to spend enough money to be alcoholic with it. I'd be broke. I'd be, so this much.
You
I
just,
put it
then
away.
you just get worse and worse and worse. You drink anything, and then you wind up drinking mouthwash.
No, dude, I can't drink cheap whiskey. I can't. I'll throw up. It hits my mouth. I can tell.
I can't drink. Yeah, I can't drink anything.
I can't do Evan Williams.
Oh, I got like 6
I didn't like
that shit.
I didn't like.
There's better
Canadian
Evan
club.
Williams. Like the better.
I
Canadian
think
club. You can mix it with soda, but I can't drink that
that's what
shit
I'm
straight.
doing.
I have wild
got
turkey
me,
and soda.
some ginger ale. Oh, you can't see it.
Oh, there you go. That's a Canadian vibe there.
Yeah, I was like, man, this whiskey sucks. And I was like, I should have just spent more money and got me some Jack Daniels or some shit.
Buffalo Trace,
if I get an expensive bottle, it'll last me 1.5 years, 2 years. Expensive bottle, like a cheap like Evan Williams, that'll last me like 3 days, 4 days.
See, my problem.
I have Jesus in my heart. Turn away from your sins and vices.
It's the only drug I was ever able to do.
No bottle of Jameson there, Jack.
That's why he hasn't returned. He's stuck
no Beefeater
inside
gin.
that.
Come on, you got some gin somewhere. Don't lie to me.
I used to drink a lot of
gin
rum.
tastes like pine sol.
Oh, gin tastes like fucking paint thinner, man.
I like gin, but
it tastes like
drinking paint thinner, man.
No, you know what's really nasty, man?
I'd rather drink
Some of it's
gin
resold
than
as gin.
Bud Light.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I'll give you that.
You know what's really fucking disgusting, man? Was like we had
Lizzo.
eggnog. Oh yeah, that too. Dude. We had eggnog and we were putting.
She's making a beer. Did you hear?
Rum with it. The alcoholic eggnog. That shit was awful. I still drank all of it anyway because it was alcohol in that shit, and I wasn't about to let it go to waste. But like, it was
dude, eggnog. A good homemade eggnog with rum in it is fucking great.
No, rum.
It's got fucking eggs in it, dude. No, thank you.
Goes in an
I can't drink regular
eggnog. A good eggnog. A good eggnog isn't bad.
It's homemade.
Okay.
The right way.
What's the nastiest thing you ever try eating?
Ooh, I got some jokes.
Lizzo.
My man. Thank you for doing it, Jack. I wasn't gonna take that bullet.
Someone
they ain't no telling what I've done, man. You know what?
Mint
I
salad.
wouldn't say it was nasty, but I tried.
Wait,
the natto,
did somebody say mint
Japanese
salad?
natto.
Mint salad.
You talking about that damn dude?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a joke there.
Oh, yeah, I had natto.
Nor would I ever eat mint salad.
Fucking playing hacky sack with those.
No, I have tried natto. It just smells bad. It's just
it's disgusting. Like, it's rotting, fermented, nasty shit.
No,
I don't know.
So I went
durian?
to this Japanese market called Tokyo Central, and I picked it up in like my favorite drink. And this white girl at the counter was like, "Excuse me, sir, I think you should put that back." I was offended. I was like, "What you mean?" So she's like, "Have you had this before?" I said, "No." Do you know what it is? I was like, "Yeah, it's fermented soybeans," because I just read the package or whatever. But I was like, offended. Like, she's telling me I shouldn't buy this shit, right? So it's like, she's like, "Oh, sir, I don't think you should buy that." I was like, so I just bought it anyway, right? Like, you could tell me not to buy something.
It's like, fuck you. Give me 3. No, give me the whole shelf.
I understand that mentality completely.
Yeah.
It gets you in a lot of trouble.
The natto was in a freeze-dried package, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I get into my car, the windows rolled all the way up. I tear open this package, and the smell was like it was like a rotten, decaying foot. That's how bad the smell. It was like if you chopped off someone's foot,
like a diabetic foot.
Yeah, that's exactly what that shit smells like, right? And it's gooey. Like, it's gooey, like a gooey ass snot and shit. Like, so I was like, oh man. And mind you, I'm doing Postmates and shit. I just bought this on my break, whatever, for myself. So I was like, you know what? I ain't trying to get my money back. So I was like, okay, let me at least see what this tastes like. So I ate the whole thing and shit. And so it wasn't that bad. It was really the smell. The smell was like the worst thing.
Smelled like Lizzo's ass.
Yeah,
summer day.
Sure, it's probably worse than Lizzo's ass. But the other than that,
Nothing's as bad as that.
I had Dorian soda, and that shit smelled like rotten gasoline.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's gross.
I want to try the actual fruit though, so I am going to try that.
No,
this smells great.
I have no interest.
That whole thing that you've just described there kind of reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons where Homer has to go to New York and he's like at the World Trade Center and there's that guy selling that fucking meat on a stick called clackalash. It's just like this dirty sort of like spicy meat on a stick, and then he's like, he needs something to wash it down. And he's like, what do you got to wash it down? He's like, Mountain Dew or crab juice. He's like, oh, I'll take the crab juice.
Right.
Exactly. Oh fuck! I hate
clackalash.
I can't drink most like Pepsi Cola, Coke anymore. Oh, I stopped drinking soda like 3 years ago. Oh, you have that stuff now, man. Makes my stomach upset. Like it's bad.
Yeah, I'll quit for like.
Does it make your ovaries hurt as well?
No, I had those removed when I transitioned. I went all the way all right. And fucking, I'm no fucking. What's his name? Caitlyn Jenner. Dylan Mulvaney. Either one.
I don't think he's actually transitioned. He was on like Jeopardy or something.
No, he's faking it.
Price is Right.
Yeah.
He's transitioned into unpopular.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, he just became a drag queen. That's all that happened. Like a 90s drag queen, not today's drag queens.
A really bad 90s drag queen.
And anorexic, really bad 90s drag queen.
He's going to be in the remake of Tu Wan Fu.
He had a meltdown, man, because somebody said something. Somebody sent him a message and said, "Yeah, your 15 minutes are up," and then he had a meltdown. I watched the Benny Johnson.
I saw that video.
Yeah, the Benny Johnson video.
Yeah. Oh man.
The only reason why I know about this dude is because of It's a Gundam.
Yep.
Yeah. I watched all of It's a Gundam's videos, and like,
a couple years ago,
I wouldn't know about any of these like the e-thoughts and all of that if it wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't know what any of that shit like Gundam. Yes, thank you for educating me on all of this nonsense, man. For doing the work.
Hold on, have you guys seen It's Ma'am 2024?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
It is man.
Gross.
Do not come.
I did get banned on Facebook because I posted Macho Man Randy Savage from the dude that no. So this is before the South Park episode. You know the dude that trashed up the GameStop?
Yeah. No, I got
the original
banned
man
on Facebook for making that joke too.
Yeah, I posted a picture. And it was like
we all. I got in trouble. I put. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You boomers still have Facebook?
Not
no,
anymore.
I was like Macho Man, tranny. It was like Macho Man, tranny savage or some shit.
Macho Man, tranny savage, sky's the limit.
I quit going to
Oh,
Facebook
yeah,
because
sister.
I had to log back onto that thing like years back, and then like all of a sudden I was getting this thing you posted, and it was like this thing. Somebody had posted something really cringe, so I have this nice silhouette of somebody Minecrafting themselves with a, you know, and it was just a silhouette, and it shows like the back of the brain, and it was like hilarious. Whenever somebody would post something awful, I'd just post that, and I got back on there, and it was just like, this is a serious matter, and it was all these words and all this crap and all this nonsense, and I was just like, man.
The funny thing is, like, you go on Facebook now, and like you see, like, oh, you got hit up for some post you made it like 5-10 years ago or some shit. And then
it's FBI.
Yeah, so I don't even go on there as much. I'm surprised I didn't get kicked off now because so you know, for Black History Month, they got all these black folks pretending that there was like all these black Japanese samurais.
Excuse you,
and shit.
it's Women's History Month now. You've had your 29 days.
Yeah,
This is
you got an extra one this year.
I was
Black
born in
History,
this-
the shortest month of the year. You're welcome.
Yeah, you seen the black samurai shit going on right now?
No.
So
yeah,
you
I saw that.
Yeah, they're posting all these images and shit. So I posted the Jameson laughing emoji GIF on there. So now you can post GIFs or whatever. And this one dude was like, "Well, you don't know your Black history, you coon," and all that type of shit. And so I was like,
really? I didn't know we were native Japan.
Yeah, and so like I had this back and forth with him, and it's hilarious if I can pull it up. But like, so basically he was like, man, I gotta find it. Well, I did screenshots. I probably have to send it to you because my computer's shit.
Are
But,
all
like,
black? Oh, I know. It's ninjas, isn't it?
Oh, what's that again?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I was saying was it ninjas or samurai?
No, they're saying there was black samurais. So basically, in
Okay,
history,
so black samurais are all black samurais Ronins because their dad left.
well, there was only one black samurai, and it's even questionable if this guy was a samurai at all. And the dude's name is Yasusuke or whatever. And basically, he was a slave in the Dutch to the Dutch slave, whatever, right? And the guy went to Japan and worked under Nobunaga, and he became a black samurai. But so you got these Negroes, right? They'll take that one dude and multiply it as if there's this whole clan of black samurais that was there before
we was
actual
emperors.
Japanese actually lived in Japan.
I mean,
yeah. Watch Afro
this
Samurai.
is the same mindset.
And what's sad is that kind of ruins a really awesome story about that one dude that really didn't exist. It's like,
This is the same left-wing mindset that Elizabeth Warren to thinking she was Native American. I mean, same kind of thing.
I know.
My aunt
listen,
said this to me once.
and still vote for it. She is whiter than me, dude. I mean, seriously. And I'm Scottish and English, dude. It doesn't get much. I'm as white as Jack.
Yeah, but like, okay, it's the same type of I'll tell you where it comes from. So there's this racist black dude named Dr. Umar, right? And he has a YouTube. Yeah. So there's this documentary that they made called I don't remember what the documentary's name is, but basically there's a Japanese like phrase, and it's a figurative phrase. It just is not to be taken literally, but the phrase says you're not an actual samurai unless you have a drop of black blood. And
Japanese
this guy, so this guy, I'm telling you, this is what this started. So this guy took that phrase and is like, see, this is proof that if you didn't have African blood, you can't be a true samurai. And that's where this whole thing started with this guy. Like, because, you know, it could be like, it's the same phrase as like, okay, if my heart is as cold as ice or some shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, my heart's
that's
not
exactly
actually fucking ice. You know, So, but this guy like rephrased the shit to mean like it meant African blood or whatever. So you got all these like dumb Negroes and shit. That like they believe there's this like,
and they just ran with it. They said that they were the ones that built the Great Wall of China, and
yeah,
like it was.
Like they're the first emperors. And
Did you
shit.
see the video with the NBA or the NBA guys coming off of China? Did you hear what those dudes were yelling at them?
So wait,
but like,
were there black ninjas?
No,
them Chinese is racist.
But like, so the guy,
No.
the real life guy, Yusuke, he was the only black guy to go to Japan because of he was like a slave to a Dutch sailor, and they went to Japan to trade, and the guy became one of Nobunaga's like servants or whatever. So it's even questionable if this guy even actually became a samurai. But like, you got all these black folks that like take this one dude and it's like multiply it to mean there was like Japan was originally black. So it's like, and then like they'll say so they're using like AI images right now and like doing AI images of black Japanese samurai and shit. Yeah, and then
go to Google Gemini.
And then
did you see Andrew Tate though? Andrew Tate finally figured out how to get an AI Google to show a white person. He said, "Who eats fried chicken?" And then it showed white people.
Yeah. So and then here's the other thing too, right? So not only that, you got like so you got these other Negroes and shit, right? It was like if you're familiar with the Black Israelites, so these guys don't believe slavery actually happened. They think the Atlantic slave trade was made up to prove because they think black folks in the United States are not the same as like black folks from Africa or whatever. And it's because they believe the lost tribe of Israel was actually in the United States, and black folks were here all along, and the Native Americans are just mixed Spaniards and white folks or some bullshit. And like it's so fucking retarded. But these guys stand on soapboxes in like different neighborhoods, and they think every black leader is gay because like they believe in Africa and a slave trade. So they're like, Malcolm X is gay, Martin Luther King is gay or homosexual, and all this type of stuff.
Can we also just make note that all these people saying this most retarded shit are all in America?
Yeah, it's the only.
Just like, ironically, there are no real blacks there are no real blacks or African Americans. All these people are all just pure Americans. It's just like you're the one saying that you're the true Africans. Just what?
Yeah,
what?
Like the whole shit's retarded, and like it, and here's the most retarded shit of all. Like, even though I don't look like it, I'm a quarter white because my dad's half white. Like my
quarter white
dad's
vagabond.
mom, but like, but you got guys that are like lighter skinned than me, right? Like they're actually like 75% white and like 25% black, and these guys hate their white ancestors so much that like they'll go out of the way to be like fuck all white folks and all that type of shit, and then get mad at you for like they'll get mad at me if I don't date a chick or whatever, right? Or if I'm into Asians or whatever. So you got like these guys.
To be quite honest with you, Vagabond, I'll get angry if you don't date a black chick too.
Oh well, shit. I dated a lot of black chicks, but like.
Look, I hate my ancestry too, but it's not because of their skin. It's because I could be Scottish nobility, but no, they had to go and fucking elope to America.
Yeah, hey man, me too, dude. I hate my Scottish ancestry for all the alcoholism that it brought to me.
I could be Scottish nobility, living in poverty, hating everyone just as equally.
Because it's all crap.
See, I could have been, but my ancestors slept with somebody, had the name banned, and then another name came up, which is the name I currently have, which was adopted mostly by the ones that escaped from Scotland to Ireland. So I have no tie to nobility at all anymore because they couldn't keep their dick in their pants.
Whores.
It's like this. Like, am I supposed to hate a quarter of myself?
No underwear.
Like, I had no sometimes. Like a quarter of my even my 100% of myself. I had no way to control any of that shit. Right? I had no way to control who my grandfather slept with or who my great grandmother slept with and shit. So am I supposed to hate my 1/4 self because it's white? Fuck no.
Unless you become a liberal feminist, then yes, you're kind of obligated to.
Like, do I owe myself reparations?
Yeah,
the only one of us here.
That's why you buy the comics like
only
you
a quarter of the normal amount.
Exactly.
LeVar Burton certainly owes himself reparations.
Right.
He does. So does what's her name from The View?
Yep.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Sonny.
No, the other one.
Sonny.
Joy Reid.
Goldberg.
Sonny.
Sonny something.
The other idiot on that show. Wait,
narrow it down.
You mean all of them? Pick one fucking out.
The black.
The only one of us here old enough
I
to
like
anybody
how
reparations.
Family Guy
Jack.
represents them as like.
Yeah, I am old enough to owe people reparation.
I mean, you were
I
around
did
this
own
time
slaves.
during the
I
colony
can't deny
formation.
it.
So
I mean, I've been around for some time now. So
the revolution
if black
was kind
folks
of
really
partially
wanted
Jack's
reparations, they wouldn't even ask the white folks for reparations. If they really wanted reparations, they'd be asking the black dudes that sold their asses back in Africa to the white folks.
Dahomey tribe. The Dahomey tribe, yeah, the Dahomey.
I'm a well-respected owner in the slave trade. In the what?
You guys ancestors.
I've just got images of like being surrounded now by like loads of black people like calling out for reparations and shit like that, and I'm like, people. I do the whole Dave Chappelle thing. It's like, people, everybody, please calm down. Let me speak. You ain't never getting no money. Yeah, you can suck my fucking chub. Can't give you no fucking reparations.
That led to the revolution. He raised tax money so he could get some coca leaves because the tea that was shipped over didn't have it there, and he was pissed. So he raised taxes so much so he could send the ship out.
No, it's because the tea that was shipped there all got fucking shoved into the arbor.
Well, it did after you the taxes.
That tea didn't have any coca leaves in it.
Exactly. That's why he raised taxes. He needed to send the ship back out for more.
I wonder if anybody went out to the harbor and tried to drink some of the seawater. Does this taste like tea?
All the red coats.
I'm just gonna say this: like, if they put cocaine back in the Coca-Cola, I'd be down for that shit.
I'd buy it.
Coca-Cola.
I'd buy it.
Their stock price would rise higher than fucking Bitcoin.
Hey, put it in the diet shit too now. I'm just that fucking sugar bullshit.
Hey, it's sugar and carb free. There's no problem there.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I know. Just as long as it gets in there is what I'm saying. Don't be leaving up the diet.
Yeah, like when you
read the
history, like
chewing coca leaves.
When you read the history, it's like sodas and shit, and like you see all these people mixing different herbs and shit, and like all this shit's like fucking banned. And like now we got like all artificial like sweeteners and shit. I'm like,
fructose corn syrup.
Well, actually, I was just thinking about that vagabond about how. I was just thinking about that vagabond about how, like modern soft drinks have like all different types of preservatives, etc., in them, and adding cocaine, like an acidic, salt like cocaine to that, could have a completely different reaction on a chemical level, rather than the recipe that they used to have when it used to have actual cocaine in it.
If they'd made the recipe like the 80s and put cocaine back in it, absolutely. But what they do now, nah, it wouldn't work out.
Some of those old colas, like the herbs that they put them in and shit, were actually good for you.
Yeah.
They just put a fuck ton
They
of
used to give it to the
Cane
people that worked on like the docks in Mississippi and shit to keep them working and shit.
Cane sugar is way better. You can still get Mexican Cokes that have cane sugar in it. Yeah.
Yep.
I get those here. That's the only Coke I'll drink is here in Arizona. It's the damn Mexican one.
Good.
I mean, Mexican Coke. So
what is this?
Hold on, real quick. It's Ma'am Part 2.
Oh shit!
This is a train wreck.
Weigh the freedoms of your constituents with the fact that we haven't had another mass shooting in Florida since Parkland since we passed these gun reforms.
Thank you, sir. Until he got.
It is Mayhem.
You see that look?
You know that guy eats soy. Those weren't peck. Those are real moves.
Hold on, let's just go.
Like not a
let's
joke.
just go back real quick. right to where his face just changes.
Look at my God. Does he have a training bra on?
You see that?
Okay.
So when I went to art school for video games, we had. So I came late to one of my classes, and we.
I did too.
We had this chick named Doug, and of course that's not her real name and shit. But like, so we had it was like the first day of class, and basically, so we had to draw each letter of the person's name, but of something they like or whatever, and then we had to present it in front of the class.
But Doug likes dick, right?
Tell me you drew Patty Mayonnaise.
I've been asking him this. Did you Doug?
No, but like, so this is what happened. So no, like this chick like football and other shit, but she looked like a 12-year-old boy or whatever the hormone shit she was taking. And so like we get up in front of the class and like she presents like my name and shit, and like of course my name is the longest fuck, and like, and then I present hers. I was like, this is Doug, and like, I swear that the class was like dead silent. I didn't know it would get any more silent because I was saying that she likes football and all these type of sports and shit, and like I did not say he at all, and like the teacher's eyes at me was like, his eyes was like glued open, like, oh the fuck. And like,
was it a pet and nobody knew what it was?
Well, like, so this was back in like 2011, so this shit was like newer. I wasted 8 years of my life for zoology and didn't do that shit. So it's like, so the next step was like,
that's all right, man. It would have been you. You ain't missing nothing. You're not missing nothing, dude.
But yeah, so I did. So the next step was I did video games and shit. So like, but yeah, it was just, that was it. It was just like the whole class was staring at me because they were like waiting for this person's reaction because I did not say he and I said she the whole entire presentation. But no one said anything to me, so I just sat back of my desk and shit. Like, you know.
Like, that's when they were first trying to introduce this stuff, and then you were supposed to.
See, they weren't going to say nothing to him. Oof, they didn't know what to do. They were
I know, right?
Like,
That's we just had a oh, wait a second, we just ran into an oppressed brick wall right here. Who's got the higher? Let me pull up my chart and see who's higher on the list.
I did have another class where I forgot what the assignment was, but this one dude was like a satanic dude or whatever.
Oh, like, for fuck's sakes, those fucking dickheads.
So he was presenting his shit, and it was like, oh, I did this because I'm into Satan and all this type of shit, right? And there was this one like chubby black chick. She stood up in the middle of his presentation and said, "Oh hell no, Jesus!" and like walked out the building.
That's awesome.
Oh
That's
hell
awesome,
no,
dude.
Jesus!
That is awesome.
Y'all need some Jesus.
I would love to buy that satanic nonsense.
Diesel can back me up on this. Had that happened in Gen X, someone would have stood up and called him out or her out, whatever it was, Doug out. And at some point, Doug would have left the room in tears.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Like, our school, like, so
dude,
the art
our
school
bullying is legendary.
For our high, like,
in my
tuition,
school, we'd have burnt them at the stake.
Yeah,
he wins.
I mean,
as a heretic.
Like I said, I went to
but
the
not
school
all
for
of us
video
would be there for the Inquisition.
Right.
Yeah. But
No
like,
Inquisition.
man,
we just drag them out into the street, put them on the stake, light a fire.
Well, this
Go about
school
your
was like
business.
so expensive.
Remember, this
like,
motherfucker's been around.
my
for 400
tuition was
years.
$96,000 or whatever.
Jesus
bullshit.
fucking Christ!
I still.
I got off lucky. Mine was only 76 for a year.
Yeah.
No, mine was $96,000 for a 2-year program, so I had to stretch out my
Good
program.
gravy,
So
man. And I thought my 30 G's was
Yeah.
a lot.
like, if I tell you the school and the
Never paying
controversy
that
with
shit
this
off.
shit, like this shit was crazy. So I do like I knew what the price was and stuff. So I graduated, but I don't have my diploma because I still owe the school money. That's how bad that shit is.
Yeah, I know. I had to
Yeah,
pay.
pull that shit.
I shook hands with the lady at the bottom of this one place where I went and paid my last bill and got my diploma. Thank you. Do you want to graduate? I'm like, hell no. My uncle said something like this. You don't graduate for you. You go through graduation for other people. And I remember saying exactly, why the fuck would I do that?
Yeah, but like,
you went to the bottom of where and paid for it?
Look, man, you have to understand alcoholics are mostly self-centered assholes.
But that's how we were back then. We didn't fucking care.
The video game industry, though, is like you don't need a piece of paper. It's all on your portfolio.
Well,
we were all fucking lied up to it.
Hold on. Now, yes, I was going to school for game design. I actually had a job with a company, and because I didn't graduate, I was told we couldn't give you a job.
Yeah, you can't. You got to do programming, right?
No, I had all that. I had everything. I just didn't graduate, and I had a job.
Okay, where did you live? Where did you live?
It was in Houston. The offer was in Los Angeles.
Okay. So I lived in California, so I got my job before I graduated.
Well, the company offered me was in California, Capcom, and they rescinded it because I didn't have my degree.
Oh, what a shitload of fuck.
To be fair, Capcom still holds some standards.
This was 90. This was 99.
Darnell versus Capcom,
and that makes sense, especially with Japanese culture. So, Capcom was still like heavily controlled.
That destroyed my art love. I have not drawn since 1999 because of that.
Oh, you see? Oh, man, I need to get back to
Capcom's a piece of shit now.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. I'm an environmental scientist, man, and because I haven't ever made any real money with my degree, man, I pollute like a motherfucker. I try to pollute for 10 people. When I worked for the Alabama Department of Environmental Management,
you would pollute.
I had a custom environmental tag. Let me show you. I actually have a picture of this. This is
hilarious.
So he actually went in and took the Coke rings, that you get on the soda cans, and if somebody accidentally cut them all, he would tape them back together just to fuck the sea turtles.
Dude, man, like when I would change my oil, I'd like pull down like where I lived one time. I remember with my Buick, my old muscle car, I was like, I need to change oil. I just went down to this empty cul-de-sac, pulled my car off the edge of the asphalt, just dumped all the oil right there. Fuck that, man. I wanted to kill off some of the I wanted to kill off some of the shit around our house. We had Black Panthers and fucking bears, dude.
Listen, guys, I'm really sorry to have to cut in here, but I've got to go. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh man,
get going. So thanks. See you to the chat. Thanks to everyone here. It's great to see you all again.
See you, Jack.
All right, man.
Have a good night, Jack.
Well, anything you want to mention before you take off, man?
No.
Hey, before you go, though,
all right.
Iron.
No click.
Hey man, show my screen real quick. That's my custom environmental tag that I had when I worked for that.
Look on the little plus sign so everybody can see it. By the way, everybody go subscribe to JackTarLad. He didn't plug his shit, so I will. He plays Legacy of Kain, Duke Nukem. And my favorite is the commercial breakdowns.
Yep.
I'm probably getting the titles wrong, but all of those streams are fucking great. So you should go sub to his channel.
Yeah, go follow him on X, and then just go down on his scrolls. He shouts out what he's on. You can see what
commercial breakdowns on Thursday and stuff, man, where he finds hilarious.
I'll be right back. I'm about to take a piss because I'm about to piss myself.
England commercials.
Oh, do it.
like UK.
Going way long. Crap, I was supposed to be on MSK's 3 minutes ago, but oops.
You're going on 3 hours, bro.
We were having a good time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we were.
Seriously, it was funny.
We went through all of our subjects, so
that was funny. Because like one dude came up to me at work. He was just like, "You asshole," and I was like, "Well, thank you. I appreciate that."
Doing my part.
That's good.
It is funny though, man. I was like, "This is hilarious." I know nobody in this entire fucking state has thought of this shit. Environmental tag that says smog. It would have been great if I still had my muscle car. That thing dumped out so much gas fumes and shit. I remember, like, I had one of the brake light bulbs was out and it was night, so I was like, I wanted to turn the lights on so I could see. It was one of the tail lights, and I was like, all right, I'll change it. And I was like, I don't want to run the battery down, so I left it cranked. I sat back there I got a couple screws out. I was like, holy shit, I'm about to die, man. I was like breathing in nothing but like fumes. Catalytic converter? Hell no, there was no catalytic converter on that car. Straight up gas.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up. We'll let Vagabond go last since he's taking a piss right now. Let's go around the horn and tell everybody where you're at, where they can find them, and we'll go from there. We'll start with Diesel. You're gonna be on MSK tonight, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, right.
MSK's in the chat, so fucking send in the invite. Send everybody here the invite.
I'll be on Commoner at Stream for Winding Down Wednesdays and here on Fridays, and I might fire up my channel again, but like, unfortunately, I'm kind of highly unmotivated.
Well, I got a solution for that because I've been working on our sci-fi channel. In fact, I want to announce that today, which will start on. I wanted to talk to you about it. I'm thinking Sunday evenings. It'll be a sci-fi breakdown, like we talked about. It's going to be we're going to be the main host, but we'll have an open invite to anybody that wants to join. We'll talk about old sci-fi, new sci-fi, and whatever else.
Sarah Connor Chronicles. I just
exactly. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, I love that show.
X-Files.
It's my favorite show of all time.
We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Be in the late afternoon on Saturdays if that works for your schedule. I already got the opening planned.
Does Sword and Sorcery count?
For sci-fi? No, it does not. But you're still welcome to join.
Yeah, that's fantasy.
I like sci-fi, but just say, well, some of them may be in the future.
I would love to do a Sword and Sorcery fucking thing. Fantasy. That's where Selena's she'll get her rock off right there.
Like Thundar the Barbarian and shit. That shit takes place in the
future.
future.
Fuck yeah.
That is kind of sci-fi.
Okay, so now we have a third show lined up. Me and Vagabond talking about fantasy.
Yeah,
if you really want to do that, and we can pick a day that works for us, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I don't know why, but I mean, fantasy's cool. I respect the hell out of it. I just didn't get into it, man. I don't know, maybe it's part being a scientist and whatever, but I love science fiction, man. I just love the hell out of it.
You're really going to get a kick out of this intro, man. I've put us on just about everything you can imagine, from Fringe to X-Files, Men in Black.
Hey, dude. Nice, man. That is cool as shit.
I think we're going to call the show Space Jockey Sundays. That's just a tentative title.
That sounds like a really good title, man. Space Jockey Sunday.
Let's do that, and you stream it to your channel too. It'll only go on our two channels exclusively, and we'll have guests. Anybody that wants to come on, we'll get you back up into the swing.
What's your first episode?
Things. I don't know yet.
Well, if you're doing Space Jockey, so I was like, if you're doing Aliens, count me in.
That would probably be the best way to go. We'll start off with a full review of the Aliens, the original trilogy.
Yeah.
How's that?
Or we could just do we could go Alien 3. It's such a clusterfuck, but like
we barely
it ends the story though. It ends the story.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I was actually
my
it's
problem
funny you said that. I watched a 50-minute long breakdown of Alien 3 today. Man, good grief.
Yeah, it's a train wreck.
You know, it's David Fincher, right? He disowned that movie too.
And what's funny is David Fincher is my favorite director. Like my literal of modern directors, he's my favorite. And God, that's a piece of shit.
I think I don't know. I mean, compared to Prometheus and what was the other shit?
Citizen fucking Kane, man.
No, dude, Alien Resurrection's one of the biggest abortion. That's why Josh Whedon's great. I'm just like,
oh God, whatever.
He wrote Alien Resurrection. That newborn Ripley having sex with a bunch of all that dog shit was his idea.
Yeah.
All right, Vagabond, you got anything going on, man? Other than now we have a fantasy show to do together.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm actually going to go see Dune 2. So I'm gonna watch Dune 1 tonight if I can remember shit after drinking all this shit. And like, so I'm watching Dune 2 tomorrow because of Chris Gore.
It's up and running, dude.
I'm trying
up and running.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get the what's it called? I'm gonna try to get the popcorn bucket just so like I'm gonna go there and try to get this popcorn bucket. That's the main goal. And
Need
then
an honest review.
yeah, I'll do an honest review, and then after
Just
that
of the
I
bucket.
got of the bucket. I'll do a review of just the bucket. Fuck it. So
you have two reviews.
yeah.
You got one for your movie. One
How
for
much
your
butter is
bucket, and it's a
required?
Yeah, just for the bucket. Fuck it.
Right. So I'll do a bucket review and the Dune review. I haven't read any of the Dune series, so I'm watching Dune 1 tonight, and I'll watch Dune 2 tomorrow, and make sure I get that bucket and just do those. And then I don't know, I'm just on different streams, so I'm on Irons every Friday, and you'll probably see me on the 199 podcast here and there.
Fuck yeah, go subscribe to that.
Yeah,
that
last night.
That shit, we had Drunk 3PO came on yesterday, so that was cool. And then he wanted to talk about the Ripper Sin. And then other than that, I'll be doing some reviews. So I'll be throwing out some videos. I know I've been talking about this Digimon soda review. I haven't done that yet. The soda's just sitting in my fridge for like months. But yeah, so I'll be cranking out videos here and there now.
All right.
Darnell, you got anything for us before we wrap up?
Actually, I'm solidifying the AI band Darnell Dandy and the Big Brown Shits. So I've got stuff coming soon, hopefully. I'm getting back into streaming with all these shows I'm guesting on, so that's actually what I'm gonna start focusing on. So yeah, get back in front of the camera. It's fun. I have a blast.
Oh man, we love having you, dude.
So
awesome. Nemesystemic.
Just more of the same. I am counting down the time till I am leaving for 10 weeks. So yeah.
Oh wait, I have one more thing. Tifa sucks. Aerith is the best.
Hey, my man.
All right. Well, fuck you guys.
But Tifa doesn't suck. But
No,
Aerith
she doesn't.
is best girl.
Yeah, she is. Agreed.
She's boring.
I've never played any.
She is not boring, dude. If it wasn't for her, Cloud would still be such a freaking tightwad.
True. Very true. Yo, Tifa's awesome. Tifa's awesome.
Without Aerith, there'd be zero growth for Cloud. Like, she is the whole reason he finally melts down that freaking dickish exterior.
Yeah.
That he encapsulated himself as in order to make himself seem cool.
Without Tifa, there'd be zero growth for me while playing the game.
There's that too.
You and many more.
You just reminded me. I'm playing this game called Don't Pee pretty soon too. I'll probably do my first gameplay video.
Yeah, I need to get with Strider, man. We need to go through the Borderlands games, man. Those are fun.
Oh, are those any good?
Hell yeah, they're great, man. I don't. Oh, they're. I'm shooter centric, man. I haven't really played a lot of what is the role playing stuff, but Borderlands is like a shooter with role playing elements in it.
I love
we called it a shooter looter.
It's a shit ton of pop culture references in the games. There's
all I know is there's a sassy robot. That's all I know about it.
No, he's just a retard. Claptrap's retarded. Yeah, and everyone hates him. Like everyone, he's everyone in the game hates him. In one of the games, you can actually play as him, and when you choose him, it's like, wait, are you sure you just picked Claptrap? And you're like, yes. No, wait, are you sure? You have to do it 3 or 4 times because even the game hates him.
Hellhound said he's playing it right now.
And Chuck just called somebody a fag. I'm not sure why.
Us.
I think he was calling.
Look, I will say this. I will say this. In Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake, Tifa is.
We're already almost over. I don't care.
She is without a doubt one of the funnest characters to play as.
She is absolutely. Yeah.
If you have a PS5, go get the game. Have fun. Outside of that, I got nothing else going on. If anyone has any information on what's going on with Falling in Reverse and them deleting all their freaking social media accounts, let me know. Because I've got Jones for some Ronnie Radke mayhem, and then I found out that both him and the actual band Twitter account has been deactivated. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm putting it out there. Hopefully I hear something.
Didn't know anything about that. Professor?
I've got another episode of DadCast coming up tomorrow night. I've got an inevitable comic book show to launch. Speaking of all the shows that we're doing some retooling after I talk to people about it. I'm going to figure something out. It'll still be this month at some point. But yeah, tomorrow night, DadCast, 9 o'clock Mountain Time. I'm usually popping in on MSK stream, usually at least on Wednesdays. I'm also on Devil Made Me Do It's Wrong Think on Wednesday nights as well. I'm doing some mod work over on the Whiskey Capitalist on Rubmle. Whenever they need an extra person, I pop up there every now and then. But yeah, come check out DadCast tomorrow night on Rubmle, 9 o'clock.
Will do.
Oh yeah, awesome shirt, dude. I meant to say that, and I thought I had said it, but I only just thought it. All that talk about weed made me high or something.
That's
how Everyone gonna subscribe to all of these fine folks' channels, please. They're way more talented than me. I do have one other thing to announce. Once I hit 100 on both Rumble and YouTube, I will be doing a 24-hour stream, and then I will do one at 500 and 1,000 subscribers on each, kind of keep that momentum going if that happens. But at the same time, you know what? I'm grateful for even the very few people that are watching. So I'm having a lot of fun with this, and that's all it's all about. So if you guys keep doing it and having a good time, so will I. But other than that, I hope everybody had a great time tonight. I know I did. And we will see you all again next Friday at 5 p.m. PST for the weekly Rogues Gallery. I hope you all come back. And bye, everybody.